finalists qualified to the World Finals. I'll come back to that as Huda now is starting to maybe get one back, but cannot finally outweighting. Do you remember last year? Maybe get one back, but cannot finally outweighting. Do you remember last year? I believe it was only Gu who made it out of the groups even from our club event finalists at the World Finals. Could we be seeing another trend? I'll maybe hold on to that thought as it is still early on in the weekend, but with 5 minutes to go, this one is a surefire victory. 3 points, 3 goals to Gege.
No, definitely. It is true that it's still early to decide if that will be real this year or not. But the reality is that Gege has completely overcome Huda, no, in a wonderful way, because completely attacking, defending. He's not letting Huda to practically finish any of the chances. And that's impressive because Huda, especially attacking, is one of the best players so far in the world.
He's been nullified here. It has been a clinic bite by Gege. Truly inspirational performance. He will win match.
Over the net, and that's what the World Finals require, Harry. No, you cannot miss your chances. There is no room for mistake in this kind of competition. I mean, it's still early, just the first game. 3 massive points for Gege, and Huda, that this score forced him to win the upcoming 2 games to play in this Group A.
Yeah, it was a full-time result elsewhere, I believe. Tenen and Anas taking on each other. That was a big game over in Group B. That ended 1 goal apiece, so the points shared over on that side of the fence there, Alex. But yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's a nightmare to start off your World Finals without picking up any points, but to not even score a goal along the way, that's going to be a big blow, I think, to Huda.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's talk in both sides. In Group B, that 1-1 between Anas and Tennessee, I think at the end of the day, it's not that bad, considering they were the favorites in that Group B. So everything is still open against the last match they're going to play against Ding, the Chinese player. On the other hand, Group A, that lost mostly than the points or the score itself, is that the feeling that you get from the desk, you know, from the stage, like you haven't barely created any good chance. You lost completely the feeling, and you are scared until now, till the next match, because you are not sure enough if your formation is working, if yourself is on fire today. So you need sometimes those buys, maybe a post or a great chance to say, all right, it's not that bad. Yeah. I'm back on track. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's not a right situation right now for Huda, but well, still first game. I mean, they have competed many times, Harry. They know what it's been in that situation before. Obviously, it's a World Final. It's a different story, but you know, these young guys are made different. You know, that our generation, those handle this pressure in a different way, and they sometimes feel like they are not there. They are like in their comfort zone somewhere. When we feel the pressure, we feel the nerve to be in front of the camera with the lights, and now, well, it's amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, we see it a lot from some of the younger players coming through, as you said, Alex, but we'll have chances to talk about that a little bit more, because I believe we have our people on the stage ready to pick some of the players' brains. I believe we have Sugiyama and Kate over there. Guys, what's happening over on the stage? Are you there?
I have a feeling you called us out. Thank you so much. We entertained ourselves looking at the games. Are we cool to start off the interviews then? What's the deal? Interview 始めちゃいますよ。大丈夫ですか? Okay, let's have Huda and Gege over here then. First of all have some words from Huda. Am I going to be going over there for the interview? Okay, let's go. Give me an interview and go Gege first then, yeah? Gege さんから最初インタビューしちゃいますけど大丈夫ですか? 来ちゃったよ、Gege さん。There, mate, congratulations on a cracking match to start off with. How are you feeling right now then?
I'm feeling good, and alhamdulillah, and I'm looking forward for the next match, and I will try again to get another 3 points.
Listen, Gege, I was watching that match here. The way you played that through ball and the start of the first goal that you scored from free kick from Rafinha to Fernando Torres, yeah? Did you have that in mind? Can you talk us through the play?
I think that kind of tactical I already training, and I've been doing this for a long time. So yeah, and it works on the tournament. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
When the third goal went in from Torres, yeah, you gave us a good cheeky little smile, yeah. So you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good because when you lead 3-0 and 90% you're gonna win the match.
Excellent. Can we have a little message for your fans out there in Malaysia too then?
Kepada rakyat Malaysia, sentiasa doakan saya, and insyaAllah saya akan cuba bawa satu piala kejuaraan dunia di bumi Malaysia, guys. InsyaAllah.
Excellent. Good luck with your next fight too then. Thank you. A formidable superstar from Mahuda then, from Gege then. Thank you very much, Gege. Cheers.
Thank you.
続いては okay, there was a draw between Tennensui and Anas too. Who can we bring up onto the stage then? Okay, じゃあもう天然水さん行っちゃいましょうか。Okay, both of you guys and super stuff. お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございます。
So, Tennensui, talk us through your first match and how was it then? いかがでしたか、最初のゲームは。
そうですね、割と一方的に攻めてはいたんですけど、最後の最後でキーパーに止められてしまったので、ちょっと次の試合で爆発させたいなと思います。
He just so he's talking to us about, to start off with and through the match, he had the possession, he looked good, but at the crucial point, their keeper, made some crucial stops. So definitely want to be getting that 3 points next over then. Let's ask him what he's got in plan for the next match. 続いての試合に向けて何を大切にしたいですか？
そうですね、やっぱり最後の丁寧さというのを一番大切にやっていきたいです。
Yeah, just got to be clinical in front of goal. Let's have some words from Amas. Kate, would you like to interview Amas for us, please, then?
So, how are you feeling after your first match of the day?
I'm not feeling good, honestly, because I didn't play well. But I will try, inshallah, to focus in the next game to get a win. Yeah.
Awesome. And what is your plan for your next matches going forward? Do you have any kind of trick you want to try? Or?
No, I will play like the first match, and I will see my luck.
I see. Wonderful.
I've got some questions for Anas too. Then you've chosen Arsenal, the team. As a team, looking at the season previously, the stability. There's a lot of solidness in the defense too. But how are you going to plan in getting those goals for your team, Arsenal, today? Then. What's your plan then?
Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, getting the goals for Arsenal, right? What's your plan for it then? How are you going to be able to get those goals for your team then?
I will try some trick from Havertz.
Ah, yeah. He's a strong guy.
Yeah,
isn't
he's strong. With his finishing is amazing. Yeah.
Super stuff then.
Yeah, super stuff.
Good luck then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Should we have the results then? Okay, let's have a look at the results then. インタビュー行かなくていいんですか? Oh, okay, so we're not doing that. Okay then. Okay, let's have a look at the results. Thank you guys. ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。Cheers. So could we have the results then, please, on display, if okay? リザルトを見たいです。Hi. Just looking back at our first game, I mean, it's really important for them to be focused on that person, getting those 3 points too.
That's right.
But like enjoying the whole occasion too. Coming to a totally different country is a completely different new experience. I mean, some of these guys, we met them last year.
That's right.
But just waking up in the morning, just having that bit of like, manger, like the eating to get that groove into the actual match itself. It's difficult once you're in different. We don't have our results. なるほど。サブの試合を行いますってどういうことですか? Oh, okay. So we didn't have our other game. We couldn't do that because of technical difficulties then. Okay, I get it. And what are we going to be doing? 次どうするの？どうするんですか？はい。what do you mean? サブの試合振る？ Oh, so we're going to play it right now? Okay. Sorry about these technical difficulties. Okay, so let's have the match then. Apparently we haven't been able to play this game, so it'll be lovely for you guys to take it away then. So good luck to both of our players then.
Good luck.
どうぞ。
Well, thanks to Tsukiyama and Kate, of course, on the stage. Alex, we're here at the World Finals. Some nerves, there's some... I mean, all around, there has to be a certain level of stability. We were speaking about it just before we went to the stage. You have to have that bit of confidence in your game plan, and you have to have that mentality. Something we heard there from Anas, the Arsenal representative, of course, qualified for the World Finals all the way back in, when was it, February time? He said, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to play the same way. There's no plan B or through Z for me. It's just, here's the plan. I'm going to stick to it, and I trust in whomever it may be that I can get it done. And that's, I think, the mentality you have to have at this World Finals.
At the end of the day, we always say for the players, it's right to have plan A, plan B when you face such an important opportunity as is the World Finals, but at the end the players have their own game style, have their tactics that you cannot easily change it, no, from one week to another. They came here playing their style, playing this team as well, so they have to follow whatever they bring them to the competition. It's also important to mention that when we are in such an important tournament as this, in front of the lights, on the stage, it's not easy to play your normal level, you know what I mean? As closer you play your normal level, it's a huge achievement, no? Because we have seen Anas, I didn't perform as expected, Huda mostly the same. It's not easy. It's not easy. The differences between players is quite even. So at the end of the day, you know, it's all about to have the momentum and somehow find teeny solution in front of your opponent that make the differences.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult to get it done, especially when you're a million miles away from home. You've got the bright light shining down over your phone or your monitor, whichever one it is, depending on the platform. It is difficult, and I think you're right. It's not about giving 100% and then actually realistically giving 50%. It's more about trying to hit that 80% mark and being a bit closer to 80% than giving too much and then falling by the wayside.
No, definitely. It's like it's too much pressure at the end what they feel over there, because we saw yesterday on the practice room, there were some nerves, there were some players playing thousands of games, some others just playing a little bit to get some comfy and then chill out. Each player is a different world. The way they handle the nerves coming up to the competition. Even today, you know, most of them have to wake up early in the morning, and I would say they are not really comfy on that. But you know, this eSports is the highest competition. Long day one we have today in the group stage. Yeah, we just have started the day, so pretty amazing to be part of it and to mostly explain to you guys all those details in game, which yeah, players' expertise makes the difference. And I'm sure you guys at home, eFootball users, gonna copy and learn from it.
Yeah, this is one of the best parts about seeing the top-level eFootball players. You can see what tactics they use, what gameplay tendencies they have, and I'm hearing we have a little bit of time, Alex, until our next match here on the stream, so we can have a little talk about what really got you.
Kecil bilang berbeda. eFootball online na. Sudah. eFootball. Bro.
hooked with this franchise.
Definitely.
Still very, very young, but we're seeing these players evolve within our very eyes and seeing the skill level improve from taking your chances on an offensive side of things, which is when I first started commentating mobile a few years ago. Now it's more about how well can you defend? How good is your defensive work rate? And I think we've seen that so far, at least on the stream. On one side, we had Huda, who's defensively, I mean, he just could not get the ball out when it was in those danger areas. On the other side, Gege, he survived that onslaught in the opening 20 minutes, was able to survive everything else that Huda threw at him, and came out on top. It's really cool to see the esport kind of revolutionize in front of our very eyes.
The importance at this level, Harry, to take the lead is massive because they know in advance that they are really close to each other, and they know how important it is to take the lead and put that pressure to your opponent, no? Because we are really good when we play in our sofa, when we are leading, but you need to come back in a world final stage, man. The pressure, the nerves coming up, and that's not easy, no? And we always say that the best players at the end of the day are the ones who dominate the defense and the ones able to perform back then at the stage with the light, because we are human beings, and it's difficult to perform under the pressure, and it's part of the life, and that's why there is only a unique number of players who are able to perform once or twice or 3 times in the World Finals, becoming multiple times world champion, because that's not easy.
It's not easy at all. We have a couple of people, of course, on the console platform that are kind of pushing towards that. Of course, we saw Maya Geka win last year. He would love to add another
What a
world
lovely
title
moment,
to that.
After a long career, being able to... I mean, I was competing with him many years, and he doesn't look like to be closer at that age to become world champion, and last year he made it. I mean,
out of nowhere.
That was a fantastic emotion for all we, and that's esports, no? At the end, you never know. Also, this year he had a hard time in personal stuff, and everything looks like he wasn't able to qualify. And then J-League finals, becoming champ, right here, back to defend the world championship.
It's his favorite time of the year, it
is.
Geka. Of course, elsewhere on console, we have Etorito, 3-time world champion, would love to be 4th.
9th appearance of Etorito coming out of the world finals. Just remember, 2010, for the first time the World Finals was organized back in Palma, Mallorca, Spain. Etorito had 13 years old, becoming runner-up and his first time. Then 2011, becoming world champion at the age of 14.
Oof.
And from then, today, 12 years later, able to qualify for the 9th time. A guy who has won 3 world championships and is still hungry for more, Harry, because it's complicated. He's from my age, and he's still having that passion to compete, to prove he's the best in the world. And obviously, this weekend, have the chance to.
Yeah, was it 6 years ago? Was it 2019, his last World Finals? Yeah, so it's been a little while since we've seen Ettore take the stage. Of course, that's on the console side of things. On mobile, Ren Tao last year was able to lift the trophy. That was an amazing moment. Of course, we've seen the accolades and the award ceremonies we've seen him go to since, but sadly, despite a couple of attempts, was unable to qualify for this year's World Finals, which just speaks to the level of mobile at the moment.
We definitely can call it the curse of becoming world champion in mobile. Now, we remember 2023, El Misterio from Brazil won the World Championship, not qualifying to the 24th edition. Rentao winning last year, not qualifying to this year's edition. Who knows? I mean...
Who knows, Alex? We will definitely see. Well, it looks like there is just a slight technical issue on the stage at the moment, so bear with us. We will be back shortly with the eFootball World Championship 2025.
But don't go too far.
Well, thank you for bearing with us. We said it would be a very short break, and I'm glad to say we fixed some of the technical issues on the stage, Alex, which means we get to enjoy the reason that we're all here. It's more eFootball gameplay from the eFootball Championship 2025. It's the World Finals. We have our matchup over here. And well, we joined as a goal goes in. That is amazing. It is Daiki against Lima, and it is the man from Japan, who fires into the lead.
Now, perfect timing to come back to the live stream. What a pass, the through pass to Rafael Leao. The main car for this AC Milan is Daiki taking the lead. And so important it is right before the halftime now. Lima, the man from Morocco, has to react, has to get it closer. Because, the Japanese is looking good today on this group stage, Group A.
As you said, Alex, just moments from half-time as we join this game. And Daiki into the lead.
I was watching the game a little bit before connect, and then suddenly we connect, boom, a goal. It's pretty amazing. When now 1 minute added on by the referee. And will be the last chance for Daiki, for Loftucci, connecting with Santiago Jimenez. No.
Well, there is the half-time whistle between Daiki and Lima. It is 1-0 between our two men taking the floor in the arena here in Shibuya. And what a big win this would be. We were saying earlier that Japan would love to put a member of their nation at the very top of the mobile. They haven't been able to do so for quite some time. And we're seeing emerging talents across the board, and one of them is, well, on the floor in front of us here. Lima is on
looking good, Lima,
back foot
as well,
here.
And he was really passionate. I was talking with him in the breakfast yesterday, and how big opportunity it is for him being here in Tokyo. But now has to react. This is the competition. This is the main task for the players coming up to Japan, to Tokyo, to perform and to get first into the knockouts. Rafael Leao, Daiki!
Whoa, Daiki!
No.
It's offside, is it? It is indeed.
Yeah,
I think it's
tiny,
ruled out.
Yes, offside.
So the
Surviving.
celebration's muted for now. It is just 1-0. That goal ruled out for offside.
Really so nice to watch Daiki with that. Yokohama Marinos representative taking on here at the World Finals, using that towel to dry their hands, because just remember, on mobile, players playing in the tactic view mirror, say, of the screen, completely different than on the controller that we use also on console. Anyway, the good thing on eFootball that you can practically do the same resources in eFootball mobile console, and that's wonderful to see and to practice, Harry.
So what can we see following the resumption of the second half from Lima?
Mark Ter Stegen gonna kick the ball? No, really? Oh my goodness, I was suffering if he lose the ball or something. Misclick or not on the setup of Lima. Now Frankie de Jong connecting with Ferran Torres. The cheeky pass to Lewandowski! What a save. Great chance so far for Lima, responding, but not enough. And now the counter coming up. Rafael Leao, the through ball to Loftus-Cheek. Marc-André Ter Stegen quickly going over to Ferran Torres winning the header.
So Lima trying to come forward once more with his Barcelona team. Sadly for him, Daiki has won the ball back, and every time he does so, there seems to be passing lanes. Jimenez, Musa, those two combining near side.
Santiago Jimenez, player of the week, trying to connect, still on possession. Still
Benacer,
Daiki.
just outside the box here, twisting,
for the
turning,
shot.
no pressure, and there is finally the ball in the hands of Marc Ter Stegen.
Yes, to remember those purple lines means it's a stunning shot. What was trying Daiki with Benacer. Those stunning action could be a cross, a pass, a shot, and it takes longer. So that's the chance for the defender to make some pressure and regain the ball.
Daiki looks very, very comfortable coming
one,
forward.
no.
That one, though, curse of the commentator, just seemed to go a little bit too wayward, but certainly has a focal point for every one of his attacks. There seems to be a lot more space and avenues in which he wants to run through. The man on the right-hand side of your screen.
Time for the last substitution. Let's see. Normally in the eFootball mobile games, Lima taking some time, maybe having some doubts of which player introduce or not. Daiki more confident, he's leading, he needs to save the score, he needs to keep pushing over the limit to Lima, and why not scoring the second goal that will mostly secure the 3 points, Harry.
So a big 15 in-game minutes here in Group A. Can Daiki maintain his advantage, or can Lima get himself back into the match here? On the ball now with Pedri. Oh, that's a really nice ball, looking for Pau Victor, but the defense of Daiki standing strong.
Oh, the misclick.
Oh, that's a big misclick.
Omoregbe, the sub for Okafor, the counter by Daiki, taking his time, connecting to Omoregbe. Okafor, the passing, Christian Pulisic, the pass to Terracciano. But won't be possible, 5 minutes left. And now Lima has to do something else with Pau Victor.
We'll come to him.
Maybe the cross is coming up. Gerard Martin with a pass inside for Fermin. Frankie de Jong inside the box. Pedri, Lima!
Could not get his strike away cleanly, was always on the turn, and it's cleared up the pitch by Daiki. 2 minutes added on.
It will be the last chance. It won't be for Lima. It will be for Daiki, the Japanese. Omoregbe, one-on-one!
No way! He passed it to the corner.
Shoot! No!
It's full time between Daiki and Lima. A 1-0 victory for Daiki sees him secure his first 3 points here in Group A. Wow. I'm glad we got to see that one, Alex, because as soon as we joined, we saw the goal. And then from then on, it was just a game of tug and war, wasn't it? We saw Lima trying to get himself back in it, but Daiki looked really fluid on the ball.
No, definitely. I mean, I was seeing the game from before, and it was quite equal. But we have mentioned before, once the moment Daiki scored, Lima completely lost the control of the momentum, of the timing of his passes. He was rushing too much, not finding those normal connections as usually, and that makes life of Daiki more easier, connecting, creating more attacks, more attempts on target. And at the end of the day, you know, when you lose the timings, Harry, at this level, you pays off.
Indeed, and well, that will seal the first 3 points of Daiki's games so far. It's been great to see, to be honest, because we want to see a shake-up in the order. Of course, in Group A, we did see Huda and Gigi go head-to-head earlier on. We'll have a chance to speak about that. But, of course, for Daiki, we say it often that Japan really wants to put themselves at the top of both console and mobile. Is he the man to do it? Because that, with his AC Milan team, looked very, very strong. One of the few to choose AC Milan, of course.
I mean, he did the first 3 points. That pulled him take on point with Gege. Still early, but for me, the sentence to it is like how many new talents Japan is creating in eFootball eSports. We are seeing new names coming up every year, and all of them are really, really good. I think they are putting a big effort to develop that talent. I mean, and we are seeing properly in such a game as Daiki has made, winning the 3 points.
It was a big 3 points, especially when you consider elsewhere in the group there have been 3 points going the way of Gege, as we said just then. It means now you have 2 men at the top with 3 points and then 2 men at the bottom with no points. So it becomes almost kind of a split table down the middle. And all it takes is for one of those men on 3 points to secure another result their way, and we're looking at maybe I don't know, I suppose a 2-horse race, 3-horse race, whatever you want to call it.
No, definitely. And seeing how the stand is here right now, the next game coming up, Huda versus Lima, is a completely final. No, both players with no points at the moment, where another defeat will most likely force you to get out of the competition. So that will be a pretty interesting match. No, when you have the needs to win, it's when you have to encourage yourself to do your best, and most likely those games seems to be really, really nice to watch. So yeah, we're looking forward for that game too. And also Gege Deiki, that will be off screen for the second game. But anyway, will be a fantastic match, and we will coming out with updates of the score during the game for sure, Harry.
Yeah, indeed, it will be a really, really fascinating thing to watch how these two groups A and B are folding out so far, Alex, here at the eFootball Championship 2025 World Finals. It's great to be back here in Japan, of course, the birthplace of Winning 11, Pro Evolution Soccer, eFootball, however you know it. We're celebrating 30 years of this great franchise.
I mean,
and
it feels like
it's kicked off.
yesterday.
It has felt like yesterday. And I was thinking when we were speaking before the break, is this game older than you are?
It is,
It is, isn't it?
I born in '97, so yeah, I wasn't able to enjoy the first edition so far. Is when we introduced into Pro Evolution Soccer when I started my experience with the saga, no, that we all love. And yeah, when we check it out, the scores on Group A,
Yeah, here we go.
Gege and Daiki on top, Malaysia and in Japan, where now Liman and Huda, as we mentioned, will coming up on the upcoming game.
Yeah, of course, Group A, as things stand, sees those two at the top. Here is Group B, of course, we saw off-screen, we were giving you updates. Anas and Tenensui going up against each other. That one was a 1-1 draw, and of course, Carlinhos unable to participate this weekend. So a default 3-0 victory for Ding sees him at the top of Group B. It becomes a lot more difficult, doesn't it, Alex, when you consider that this is now a 3-man group, because every result almost means double, because you know there's going to be implications for the person that you're opposite, that you're against.
No, definitely. When the group of Steve terms, basically the next game will be like a final for Anas, especially, you know, because Anas will have to play the last game against Ding in a few moments, and that will require from him a victory, you know. So it's tough. I wasn't fan of group stage on my days competing, Harry, because you really have a hard time. Unless you win the first and second game, you always are worried about the scores, what the opponents are taking from their games. I mean, you don't want to be in the position where you're tying on point at the end of the group stage and you depends on goal difference. Then that's tough. You know, from my experience, from my first 2 appearances at the World Finals, both of them I went out in group stage. But then the one qualifying was the good one on 2018. Yeah. So, damn, you know, group stage is group stage. That's why day one of the World Finals is the most difficult one for most of the players and practically everyone. No?
Yeah, absolutely. Group stages, it can be difficult to motivate yourself sometimes if you're one of those players that kind of lives for those knockout rounds. It can be difficult to motivate you for those group stage matches, but to qualify for those, you have to get it done in the group stages. Speaking of, here's our next round of fixtures in heat number 2. Group A will see Huda taking on Lima. The two on 0 points in Group A so far, and then the 2 group leaders, Gege and Daiki, taking on each other there as well. Over in Group B, Ding versus Anas is, I believe, underway. A half-time score there is 0-0. And then, as we mentioned, Carlinhos, sadly, the Brazilian representative, unable to participate this weekend. Tenensui will have 3 points to his name from that Group B.
That's putting some pressure to Anas, 45 minutes left in his last match against Ding, the Chinese, 0-0, coming from a draw. I mean, everything is possible. We have a potential third game for Ding, so another draw will completely even the score in that Group B, but you never know. You always wanted to have everything on your hands, and that's winning your games. Yeah,
I mean, he was one of the top performers, wasn't he, Tienes? He was one of our favorites coming in. Of course, the 21-year-old Moroccan was one of the first players. Was he the first, actually, thinking about it, for Arsenal? I think he was the first player to qualify for the World Finals. It's crazy to think already he's potentially playing his last match.
That could be an advantage or disadvantage, you know, because you are the first one qualifying, but yes, long time ago, we have 4 months preparing this competition. Sometimes an advantage, sometimes a disadvantage. In my case, in my opinion, I would love to qualify as recently as possible, as late as possible, because you have been competing until the last moment. No? That's experience competing so often. It gives you an extra advantage. But well, anyway, Anas is a player that knows very well what to do in this kind of scenario. So no surprise if he come back.
Well, of course, we'll keep an eye on what's happening in that match. For now, we have Huda and Lima ready to take the stage and be our next players under the microscope. Win prediction from you all at home.
We got a favorite, eh?
64% think Huda will be taking this 3 points. And I'll tell you what, he needs them at this point of the group stages, Alex.
Definitely. No, even if it's a tough time to watch from home, I'm sure Lima and Yuda have a lot of tons of friends, fans, rooting for them from home. All the Indonesian Garuda community rooting for Yuda, and also all the Moroccan eFootball community looking for Lima and the potential victory that, could put him into the competition. When now we got a goal. We got a goal. Is Anas Musa scoring with Leandro Tosar putting the lead in such a crucial moment for his chances to go through.
That is indeed a big game over in Group B, Alex. We said it's a three-man group now. Those matches, you're not going to get them back. So always difficult to be the man that has to stay on after the first game played. But that puts him in a very, very commanding position in that group. If he can hold on to that result over there, that would be 4 points on the group.
Right.
The next nearest having 1.
And virtually qualifying. No, at the end of the day, it's important to win your matches, but even more when you're in a group of 3. At the end of the day, it's all about you. No, I think it's all about to find the feeling. And it doesn't mind if you find it sooner or later, but please find it on time. No, so
it's the worst feeling when you get home from a big competition.
Oh, we got a goal.
As I'm speaking, there is an equalizer in that match. So hold the phone, literally, because they're playing on mobile. But it's the worst feeling when you come home from a competition and you feel like you haven't given your all. You feel like you left some of the gameplay on the table. A big tournament such as this, the biggest on the eFootball calendar, Konami's World Championships. You don't want to be at home afterwards thinking, man, what happened? That was a blur.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pity, but only one will take the trophy, Harry. You know very well at this stage, everything is really close and details matters. I don't know. Some players are fighting with the jet lag to come over to Japan. Some others, I know, are outside completely from their comfort zone. Maybe they don't know to handle it. While talking with the players, there were some players doing some routines before coming out to Japan to get closer to the time zone here in Tokyo, in case of have the less impact of the huge change coming up from your home to here to Tokyo. But at the end of the day, it's difficult. It's difficult for everyone, no? And yeah, let's see. I mean, still passion coming up, still emotions, and people at home, you're not gonna miss it today, please.
Well, we are still waiting the kickoff of that match on the stage. Of course, it will be Huda versus Lima. Neither man has a point to their name so far. That's a big one. We're keeping an eye out the corner of our eye on the other match currently being played. And it is still 1-1 between those two over there. Of course, a big game that we'll be able to digest a little bit later on. But Anas versus Ding. 1-1, 85th minute there.
I don't know, because...
Just keep an eye on our reactions while we're talking away.
I mean, mentally, I don't know, because Ding, all right, first game versus Anas, 1-1, still one more game pending. So what, maybe that draw is good enough to him, but Anas has to go all over for it. I won't recommend to keep like that, to not to go for the win, because that means you will depend on the last score to go through or not. So that's not the ideal scenario for him.
Indeed, we can't take our eyes off it, Alex, because of course it means such a big thing to that group of 3 over there in Group B. But we have to remember what's happening in Group A that we're about to witness. Of course, Huda and Lima ready to take on each other. A loss here, we're looking potentially at your World Finals for this year. All the effort that's been going into it from, of course, all the way back in November the first round of the first club event finals. All of it being to waste, 6, 7, 8 months worth of work just down the drain.
Now, at the end of the day, it's not easy. No, when we think about all that these kind of players have sacrificed to get into the World Finals, that time, that many thousands of hours spent to a lot of eFootball games, through a lot of qualifiers from each club event, through the regional, if not, and then to make it 3 years, and it's not easy. And everyone here deserves a huge applause for everyone, because it's not easy just being between the best 16 players of the world on your platform.
Well, thank you for your patience. I can confirm a full-time result over in that other group between Ding and Anas, aka AN10 Tienes, 1-1, the final score. For now, our attention's here in Group A. Match number 2. It is Huda against Lima. Lima on the ball at the moment with AC Milan, and there's an early chance, but for that tackle there.
We got signal of Gege and Daiki right now on the screen, and in a moment we're gonna have the game of Yuda versus Lima. By the way, scored by Daiki, the Japanese, who's still on fire, leading again, game 2.
There we go. I stand corrected. No Huda versus Lima just yet. We have to wait a little bit more for that. But as you said, that other game going on, it's big. It's big for the implications of the group, because, of course, the two that we just saw, they're both at the top of this group with 3 points each.
Right. And then it's an important match. Another victory secures you a spot in the quarterfinals this year included, which is open the door for more people to get into the day 2. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I mean, in this round 2, any group stage will be massive, decisive for the chances of every player. And I will get a look and some analyze during the match of tactically and those details on what to use one's player rather than the other. For you guys at home, no? Because the good thing of the Dream Team squad the players are using that is really similar to the ones that you are using on the online ladders with your favorite teams.
Of course, that was Daiki we saw just score a goal off the screen there. So he currently leads in the battle at the top of Group A against Gege. Of course, we will keep an eye on that out the corner of our eyes. But we want to thank you for your patience. We are still waiting for the featured match of this World Finals for mobile to get underway. 30 years of eFootball, Alex. It seems so, like you said, it's gone by so quickly. And I can confirm now, this is, if I'm not mistaken, Lima versus Huda, and, well...
to the post, the reaction from Huda.
Chance of us seeing, but it's actually 1-0 to Lima as we join it. So Huda on the ropes here in Group A.
Yeah, definitely. When we saw before Daiki performing so well with AC Milan, is now Huda having a hard time to find the solution. Okafor for Leao or Loftus-Cheek. Look at that line of 4 attacking from Huda, accumulating those players running up high up the pitch to try to overcome the defense of Lima. And now it's in the ideal scenario, no, Harry? Starting, scoring the goal, taking the lead. Now trying to survive to this strong pressure that Huda now is putting in over him.
He's on the ball here with Musa.
Fermin Lopez, nice.
Couldn't get around him that time around. And now
nice
you can
football.
see Lima, who's already scored 1 in this match, try and come forward.
Lima.
Ferran Torres
Oh.
inside. Royale is there to recover, thankfully, for Huda.
Nice fake shot. Almost. It was an ideal scenario to perform it, but didn't work through. Chukwueze, Huda, looking for that run. Oh, look, found in Rafael Leao! Huda taking the equalizer.
He's back into this match now. 1-1. With this goal, he gets himself back on level terms. A reminder, both of these men lost their first match. What a first touch by Leao.
Yeah.
The finish not bad at all either.
Well done, running up forward with the Loftus-Cheek, confusing a little bit to which player to follow by Lima, finding inside the main Rafael Leao, player of the week card, which is simply insane. Nice reaction. Even score 1-1, and everything completely open in this match that will decide which player is still alive in chances to qualify, Harry, to the next run. Misclicking now in that clear from Hyuda. That could cost a goal. No, another misclick of timings of Lima. Rather than control, he pushed it too early. And sometimes you need to calm down, take your time to control, turn around, and then kick the ball.
Well, half-time on the horizon. Possibly one last chance for either of these two, fighting for survival here in Group A.
Lima, we saw Lima really confident with those through passing to Ferran Torres. No? Try to approach in that high speed that Ferran has, but sometimes he's not giving that time into Ferran to start the disruptive movement to get some advantage in front of such strong defenders that AC Milan is putting on today on the lineups.
Well, half-time here between Hyuda and Lima, 1 goal apiece. Elsewhere, the second half just kicking off between Daiki and Gege at the top of this group as well. What will happen throughout the rest of this group, Alex? It's so tight, both at the top and the bottom.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. It's difficult to predict. The score are pretty close now. Is trying Gege to get up, to get closer, and why not score the equalizer to Daiki, that now is virtually is the leader of this Group A. In the meantime, we see on the screen Hyuda and Lima taking some time. At the halftime, it's the right moment for most of the users on eFootball Mobile to make some substitution. Later on console, we're going to see more substitution rather around the minute 60, 70. And it's time to go. Second half of this match number 2 on Group A. 1-1. Hyuda with the AC Milan and Lima with that wonderful jersey of FC Barcelona.
You called it perfectly, Alex. We're underway. 1-1 here at the bottom of Group A.
I feel the nerves, Harry. I feel the nerves. The timings are not being so accurate for most of the players. They are feeling the pressure. They want to perform everything that good that they cannot match the perfect timing.
Well, I can report to you, Alex, there has been an equalizer in the other game.
Another one.
1-1. So both matches here in Group A evenly poised at 1 goal apiece. The 2 at the top and the 2 at the bottom, both stuck at deadlock so far.
The attendance for this match was 71,000.
Lima is having a hard time to leave some breathe of his players to join the attack. He's rushing too much in the passes and not letting him to create a really good chance. But pretty similar, not to Hyuda, that is not connecting 2-3 passes in a row. And now Ferran Torres with that run, but Tio regaining the ball for Hyuda. Samu Chukwueze turning around, facing Gerard Martin. Samu Chukwueze losing the ball for is FC Barcelona losing the ball again. 20 minutes left, Harry. Could be the chance. Musa.
20 minutes to go. Who will break this deadlock?
Taking his time now, Hyuda with that extra pass, but Rafael Araujo. Ronald Araujo, sorry.
Hyuda on the ball now. Our AC Milan club event representative.
He's putting some calm, Hyuda, over Lima, taking longer to build up his play, but then when he wants to rush up to play faster, he's not being accurate as usually, no? So at the end of the day, 1-2 chances left on this game. We'll see if someone finds a solution to get closer, to get inside the box, and why not? Having a great chance. Liao, Hyuda, Liao, pass through, Okafor!
Is that the chance? Is that the diamond chance left in this game? Oh, it's just wide, isn't it? He's dragged his finish.
Yeah, what say about Okafor? No, it's a lovely card, really, really fast to find those movement behind the defense, those disruptive movements. But at the end of the day, defining with that finishing is not the best choice. Was a nice one for Huda. We saw on the screen he was like blaming a little bit. How was that possible? But you know, still time to go, and one goal will change everything in the games that we are gonna have.
There's about 5 minutes left in the game we're watching here, but elsewhere in the group, there's about 5 minutes left there as well. And I can say there has been a goal. We will bring you that update when is appropriate, but for now, Huda and Lima, you'd have to imagine the next goal will win this game. If there's to be a goal.
Gavi for Lima. Gavi turning around. Janos Musa, the 2v1, blocking the defense, and now missing the header. Rafa Leao not able to connect with Loftus-Cheek. Musa is everywhere. This box-to-box car of AC Milan. Musa looking to Loftus-Cheek. Rafa Leao will be the last one of the match. Huda with a chance to get into.
No. The referee says no, and the points are shared between Huda and Lima. What a game.
And look at the faces, Harry. No one can be happy with that score. That one, that point, it's not enough. It's not enough for this 12 player with the needs of victory right after lose the first game. And now coming after the round 3 with just 1 point. I mean, it opened the door only for that win, and obviously waiting the rest of the group scores to decide if you go through or no.
Of course, that other game in the group still going on. It was, as I said, there was a goal. It went not to Daiki, but the other way. Of course, Gege coming back from behind. They're in stoppage time now.
Oh,
the
full-time
whistle has gone. Gege 6 points from 6. He tops this group so far.
And we can also say qualify for day 2 already now. Congratulations,
Wow.
Gege. What a performance. The Malaysian will be the first players so far getting into the next round. I mean, it's not easy. You know, eFootball mobile users know how fast are the mobile games. There is not much time to make those comebacks, and he made it on time against Daiki, who was amazing performance after the game 1, taking the lead in game 2. Well, it wasn't easy, but yeah, Gege today, unstoppable so far for the moment.
So that actually, I think, sets us up really nicely, doesn't it, Alex? Just trying to do the mental gymnastics in my head. Of course, based on the fixtures we've seen so far, our final round of fixtures would be Huda versus Daiki, both of which kind of within touching distance of each other. If Huda wins that game, he would then leapfrog over Daiki. So it's a win and in type situation for Huda in the next match. Lima, of course, having to go up against Gege, who is on red-hot form in this group.
Yeah, still open for everyone in this group already. That's why that draw wasn't that bad at all, but obviously having the last match against Daiki and Gege is not the right scenario, no, if you want to go through. But anything can happen. I think this is time to emerge the quality of Lima and Huda in the last match of the day for them. In the other hand, Daiki that was performing so well, now that defeat against Gege put you in a position that you were closer to qualify, and now you're pending the last match. I mean, it's quite confusing, the feeling that he could be having right now, not because he's playing good. But to be honest, being playing Huda in the last match, being aware how good Huda it is, I mean, it's tough, no? Mentally, because you know the players know in advance what are the level of your opponents. You know which player you have to be more careful or no, depending of in the attack, defensively, the tactics. And I'm sure all of them know the quality of Huda. So let's see if Daiki has what it takes to overcome on the Indonesian.
I think the most important thing that Daiki needs to realize, it's still within his hands. He controls his own destiny. Avoid defeat, and more than likely you're going to be in a decent spot thanks to the big goal differential he was able to kind of ramp up in his earlier game. Or excuse me, no, I'm thinking of Gege, of course. Yeah, no, this is actually a really close group the more I think about it. It is just the gymnastics you have to do to get around. What is at stake here in these groups? It's the level of competition we're seeing this year, Alex. It's the highest it's been.
No, totally. Also, we are seeing how close are the games. Now, it's not easy to game by 2 goals at this level of the competition. So we need to start saying that Daiki has everything on their hands, because a draw will put him automatically into the next round. So let's see. It's important as well to take a look on what will happen on Gege versus Lima. But Daiki depends on themselves, which is the most important at this stage of the competition.
Absolutely, it is. Of course, we're still waiting to hear about Group B, which has been, it's been a bit of a roundabout thing happening over there. We've had a player sadly unable to participate, which is just heartbreaking, qualifying all the way to the World Finals and then being unable to play. But it is an incredible situation happening here between Group A and Group B. So many spots still ready to be grabbed. But one thing we do know, Alex, we have our first quarter finalist. It is Gege from Malaysia. What a country they are becoming. They're becoming a real force on eFootball Mobile.
Yeah, I mean, I love to talk with the Indonesian community. We have many people coming out rooting for Gege here. So teammates on the eSports club, House Boys, Haikal from Console, and many others. They are a country really into develop talent, into raising their stars, having a lot of competition. Most of the best players having a pro contract with the eSports club. That gives them a big room for improvement. And at the end of the day, I'm sure it's a matter of time we will have crowned another Malaysian as a world champion.
This could be the year. Based on how well we've seen him play here in Group A, no one seems to have phased him. Of course, besting Huda, an incredible scoreline there, 3-0. Then, of course, taking down Daiki after conceding the first goal. It looked like it was going to be Daiki well in control of his destiny. And, of course, it's still within his hands. But Gege had that tenacity and was able to dig deep, had that grit, and now sits himself pride position at the top of this group. That is just amazing. We can, I believe, go to the stage now. All the results are in. Let's go over to Sugi and Kate on the stage. Guys, what have you got for us?
Right, thank you, gentlemen. Another round of fantastic matches that we just enjoyed. Could we have some quality words from a guy from Morocco? Lima, how are you?
I'm fine. What about all the people? I'm fine.
You're good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good. The match was very hard for me. I was leading with 1-0, then he scored the draw, and then the match was finished.
Now listen, did you come from Morocco to Japan this time round?
Yes, I'm coming from Morocco to Japan. I'm here to represent my country, Morocco.
Okay. I was just looking up on the live chat. There's a lot of support for you from your friends from Morocco. What does it mean to you to represent Morocco and come to Japan?
It's mean a lot for me. I represent my country, my people. I represent all. I represent my clan. A lot of things. So my fan. A lot of people. So it's mean a lot of me.
Excellent. Now, Lima, listen. You've got 1 point from 2 matches. How do you feel about that? And with your third game coming up, how are you grooving? How are you feeling with that then?
I'm not feeling good, but I will do all my best in the third match.
Okay, man. Bon chance, man. Good luck with all of that. Our guy from Morocco is Lima. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Okay,
Alrighty.
so we've got our players all ready and standby. But before that, I just want to recap our results.
That's
and
right.
let's have a look then. Have we got the results from that set of matches? And just see the group standing for both A and B. Here we go.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Here we go.
All right, so, I see. So we have Gege and Daiki in position 1 and position 2 for Group A right now. For Lima and for Huda, the next game. It's been presented as 0-0-0-0, but obviously those games haven't been played yet.
Right.
We'll see how that fares in a second. What about Group B then? Group B はどうでしょうか? Thank you. All right, so okay.
Wow. Ding
So-
pulling through with a win with 3. Wow.
Okay, not yet through, but so Ding and Anas, it was a draw. I
Oh.
see. Wow, scintillating stuff, and we'll see how Tendency and Ding fare up later on. Then no, actually, these the games. We'll catch up with that later on then. Because some of the games have
That's right.
on display.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
right.
check out that then. Okay, so are we good to proceed then? Over to you two gentlemen then, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you both. Always great to hear from our competitors. Of course, Lima there, not really proud of how things have gone for him so far. I mean, he's not mathematically out of things yet, but it would take a lot of things going his way. I believe, Alex, as we take a look at both Group A and Group B, here is the standings as we look at them, Alex. What can you take from this? Of course, the top 2 qualify for the next round of fixtures in the knockout stages tomorrow.
Basically, into the Group B first, with Anas have played all the games already, leaving that last match, Ding, the Chinese, versus Tenensui, the local Japanese player, with the room to qualify. So any victory between Ding or Tenensui will open the door to Anas to qualify to the quarterfinals. In the other hand, Huda, Daiki, Lima, Jege, everything to happen this Group A as well, where obviously Daiki and Gege starts with advantage. Gege already qualified, and Daiki, that a potential draw against Huda could put him into the knockouts tomorrow. Let's see. Lima, Huda with a need to win, and as well for Ding and Tensui with a victory will put him on top of the Group B and deciding this Group B and A right now, Harry, which is great, no? Because sometimes when we reach the round 3, the groups are already decided. In this case, no. Both are completely open. Less Gege, that we remind the people at home, is already qualified for the quarterfinals. So that brings a lot of excitement. A lot of drama, so I wish the cameras will take the attention of the faces of the players, because they will feel everything, the emotion, the happiness, and all the worst feelings happening when you concede a goal in this moment.
It's a game of musical chairs,
Right.
folks, and let me tell you, in Group A, there's only 1 spot between 3 people,
Right.
and then in Group B, there's only 2 spots between 3 people, so you have to keep an eye across the board. Most certainly on this match between Huda and Daiki. 67%, 2/3 of the people at home think the Indonesian
He's still the
AC
favourite for the
Milan
fans.
will take this one. As you said, Alex, they're still the favourite, but Daiki has looked very, very strong so far and was unfortunate not to get a result in his last match
But then let
against
me
the
say
man who's
something.
already qualified.
This game 3 for these two, they are scared. They're scared at hell, because now is the last game. So if you don't perform, you're out. Even for Daiki, that a draw could work through for him, but it's the last game. So mostly all the nerves, anything rolling out on your mind. And it's difficult sometimes to have that blank mind to just focus on yourself, your gameplay, your phone. Because no, when you are getting nervous, you start to think about what happens tomorrow, what will happen if you don't qualify, the deception, and every people which is rooting for you from home to not make them happy or proud of yourself. It's just you, your phone, and that's it.
Is the easiest way, when you're in that hot seat on the stage, of course you've been there before, when you're in this type of situation, is the easiest way to think about it, it's an extra knockout game. If you have to win it, it's essentially an extra knockout game. Sure, we don't get the extra time, the penalties, but if you win within the 90 and you've done enough, then it's essentially, you know, a round of 16 game rather than a quarterfinal, for example.
Let me say, most of the time, if you start the game expecting a draw, you're gonna lose, 100%. You need to go for it, go for the victory, because in case of when time is clocking, is coming out, and then the draw seems closer, it's where you can start to think about the draw. But initially, you need to go for it, try to knock on the door of your opponent, and take the 3 points. Let's see, it's not easy. Now is where the preparation of the players should appear in terms of how to calm down your head rate, how to mentally get the focus, and it's time to go. Huda Daiki, AC Milan versus AC Milan.
Match 3 of the group stages. Groups A and B is underway. 3 games played at the same time. Who will come out into the knockout stages? Who will be joining Gege in tomorrow's competition? We will find that out at the end of this 90 minutes. Huda from Indonesia starting off really nicely, and it's Loftus-Cheek.
Daiki scoring the lead. The young Japanese coming up strong as the previous games. Once again, for 3rd time in a row, taking the lead. And Daiki putting some pressure on Huda. Wonderful through pass. Liao connecting with Loftus-Cheek. That had an easy job putting that ball over the net at the end of the net. 1-0 for the representative of Yokohama Marinos, Daiki.
So what a way to start off match number 3.
I mean, it's costing a lot Huda to get into the game. And Harry, every single game he's suffering from the very first moment. Defensively, he is not able to drag back the cursor with the defender. And when you are not getting the feeling with the cursor, Harry, you are done. In eFootball Mobile, you need to be so fast, switching to the right place every single time. And definitely, Huda is not finding that momentum already.
Certainly not in the opening 20 minutes of this game either. It's right that you pointed out, of course, it's Milan versus Milan here. Daiki opting to choose AC Milan to control them at this World Finals.
Once again, Loftus-Cheek, Daiki, Rafael Liao inside the box looking for the cross, the shot, the rebound is still on. Jimenez, deflected by Tio. And once again, Harry is really, really close, Daiki, to score the 2nd goal, which potentially will put him in the knockouts.
Corner after that. Oh, and it's into the front post.
Daiki putting that lovely header with Pavlovic at the end of the net. Is Japan leading over in Indonesia 2-0.
The goal scorer for Milan after 25 minutes is...
It has not been Huda's day so far. He's got a mountain to climb to get out of Group A. 25 minutes, and it's 2-0.
Now wonderful ball, Emerson Joral, Okafor, the pass for Leo!
Oh, okay.
The response for Huda. Indonesian back on track. He wanna join, he wanna fight until the end. It's not over for him yet. Nice response, Harry. Is Rafael Liao scoring for Huda. Huda 1, Daiki 2.
Well, just like that, thanks to that goal.
When we got a goal, Harry, is Gege taking the lead over Lima. Gege was once again unstoppable in this group stage, going for the perfect, no, Harry, for the 9-on-9. But still time for Lima to react.
That 100% record remaining intact here in Group A. For Huda, he is chasing the comeback.
Ooh.
Okafor can't get onto that cross at the near post.
That Pavlovic card is so strong, especially with the headers.
Oh, that's really dangerous. Can't give the ball away there,
nice
especially
block.
not to Liao. This will be a corner.
Hey, but look, it's a new feeling from the Huda. I really like it to see him more involved in those high pressure over Daiki. And now we see Daiki play on red line, putting some aggressivity on their attacks. Impressive when you're winning playing offensive. Anyway, let's see. Now look at the set pieces. Oh, Tio. Oh. And now look at the counter. Daiki, Rafael Leao, Tomori can't catch him. Rafael Leao, Daiki. That's
just
close.
like that, Alex, this World Finals has come to life in our final game of Group A. 5 minutes till half-time. We've had 3 goals already, and we could have had even more.
Yeah, and the actual situation in the group stage for Huda will open the door for Daiki to find out those counters. Is Huda going forward, pushing so hard. Now Rafael Leao, Okafor, Huda one-on-one!
Huda!
Indonesia getting the equalizer. RRQ Huda. What a way to get back on track and get the equalizer. Wonderful, wonderful pass. And well finished by Okafor. Let's start from zero. Huda needs a victory. This result is still fine for the chances of Daiki to go through, especially because Gege is winning over Lima.
Well, the first half has not come to a conclusion just yet. I think the referee may have seen enough now. 2-2 between Huda and Daiki.
What a match, Harry. So far, the best of the day.
A match. Huda coming back from 2-0 down in that half.
I'm afraid to tell you
It's not easy, it's not easy. We all know the capabilities of Huda playing eFootball Mobile. Even Daiki, who is performing so far so nice during the whole day. You know, when you had the goal that close, leading up 2 goals, appear the aggressivity, the passion, the power of Huda to react on time. 2-2, still not decided.
Well, this is a big, big game in Group A. And the second half has just kicked off. Huda and Daiki, 2-2.
And also to update all of you guys, Ding and Tenensui are drawing 1-1. Still 20 minutes left to be in play. And if I'm not wrong, that will completely equalize the full group on goal difference, points, and goal score, everything.
Wow.
So I don't know what will happen, but still some drama also in this Group B. So let's go back to the Group A, Harry, because now Huda with a chance.
Wants to complete this comeback, Alex. Really, really wants to. You can
Look
see
at the reaction,
both
Musa.
of them really, really want to push forward. Daiki now on the ball here.
Lovely pass.
Oh, Leao into the box. Back to Musa. Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, how close was that? Wonderful play by Daiki, taking some time with Musa, then pass back. Finding that inside line to Loftus-Cheek, which sadly, with no first-time shot card, it made it almost impossible now to perform. Now those skills that the players have is mainly the differences between the best player and the worst. No, so mainly the players are looking for those double touch card, one touch pass, first-time shot, because that boosting that those skills given to the players is significantly so good, so important.
Well, this has been as fascinating as you would want for the 2025 World Finals. As you said, in Group B, it would take just 1 goal to completely throw that table on its head.
Look at
For
the
now,
Harry.
we will just focus on Huda and Daiki. It is the young Japanese trying to move forward down this right-hand side, but for the offside. Oh no, actually, it's been a foul given his way.
Yeah, when sometime Danny almost scored the second one for Gege. Gege 2, beating 2-0 over Lima. And Gege that is really close to get the 9-on-9, 3-on-3 victories so far in this Group A.
20 minutes remaining here between Huda and Daiki. Leao.
Wonderful prediction by Daiki. Blocking that pass. Bondo looking for Okafor. No one can catch the ball now. Loftus-Cheek, yes, for Huda. Let's see, Musa. Okafor, Leao, the 1-2 pass, the double touch. Mike Magnan. We don't understand how close is the decisive second position in this Group A, because a goal of Huda will make him through and send out Daiki of the competition. But the actual score is putting Daiki on the quarterfinals, sending out Huda. Harry, 1 goal drastically changed everything in this Group A. Wow.
Absolute cinema. I cannot wait to see the resumption of this match. Elsewhere, both results are in. And it has, in Group B, finished 1 goal apiece. We will wait and see
Yeah.
what happens over there.
I mean,
For
it's
now,
chaos also in Group B.
10 minutes to go here in Group A. Pulisic here for
Daiki
Daiki.
with Bondo, the stunning shot, the
Where
block.
will this one pop out to? Jimenez. Now will Huda save the
If
day? Of
something
course, he's
happened,
representing
had to
AC
be
Milan through the club
now.
event finals. Royale through to Pulisic. Oh, it's just sloppy, isn't it? Some nerves up there on the stage. Pulisic now for Daiki. Has lots of green grass to run into. Back towards Okafor. Pulisic has stayed up, and
Pavlovic.
thank goodness for him.
A misclick for Huda will remain another chance for Daiki to
Look
kill
at
the
this
score
pressure.
and secure the qualification. No, not yet.
Oh, big
Another
unforced error though.
Look at the pressure. Terraciano,
Oh,
Omorembe,
Okafor.
Okafor, Omorembe!
No way!
Daiki! The post and the goalie on his favor to put the ball at the end of the net. Daiki will be on the quarterfinals. Nice
This.
combination, Harry, but look at this. Post goalie and then in. A bit unlucky for Huda.
That is a heartbreaking way for your season to finish, but I think the season will be finished here for Huda. For Daiki, he wins. And I believe that will see him through to the knockout stages. Unbelievable. What a performance, scoring the first 2 goals after, well, a great spell of pressure, then having to weather the storm, and he was unable to, as we saw, of course, Huda get 2 goals back to then score in that fashion. I mean, from one side, it's jubilation. On the other side, it's heartbreak. It's heartbreaking for Huda to concede a goal like that, and that's how you're eliminated. Oh.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough when you see a player getting out of the competition, his faces and all the disappointment that he could feel right now. At the end of the day, we can read different lines from that last game. Daiki started so strong every single game he played today. He has the initiative. He have that confidence enough to start the games leading. After those 2 goals, when everything was in the worst scenario possible for Huda, he found out that angry and that passion he has to get back, to react, to turn over the score. But from the moment that everything was in a line to decide if he goes on or off in this competition, he wasn't able to create the chances as he was creating in the last part of the first half. That pressure, maybe that lack of feeling that he was feeling today, maybe I think was decisive on his chances. And at the end of the day, Daiki approaches well his chance with that lately goal to clinch the victory, the 3 points, and in his group stage with 6 of 9 points, and being the first Japanese into the home soil qualifying to the quarterfinals, Harry.
I was just seeing that. I was scrolling through my notes. Of course, we have other Japanese representatives trying to join him. Of course, we've seen Tenensui over in Group.
And your favorite one,
Group
Gu
B,
Games, Gu-san.
Gu, thanks to the Manchester United Club event. He will be here, of course, elsewhere. I believe that is over in Group. Where is that? Group C, I believe.
Right.
So that will be a really interesting group with the likes of Pasha Apriamashvili, of course, another club event finalist. Pasha in there as well as Dennis. There's just talent across the board. But to come back to the original point, it's incredible to see Daiki come through Group A and join Gege into the knockout stages. I believe that's confirmed now. Just an amazing performance from those two. We'll be seeing them tomorrow as our first 2 quarterfinalists of the entire World Finals.
Yeah, I mean, coming back from the spectative of this competition, we saw in the fans voting at home who was the favorite for every game. Huda was definitely the biggest one in this Group A. So let's say first shock of this competition. One of the favorites went out in the group stage. But all the compliments to Daiki and especially Gege, that they performed so nicely. It's an easy first appearance at the World Finals for them. and they were like playing at home, chilling, you know, combining as usually and scoring a lot of goals. And huge congratulations, Gege, and the Malaysian and the Japanese Daiki, which we're going to see them tomorrow, Harry, and because, you know, this never stops. Today will be all full group stage on mobile either and on console, and tomorrow is the big day. But if you don't do your stuff today, tomorrow won't be possible. So let's see. It's important day one for sure, and still a lot to be played today, Harry.
So much, especially because we haven't even found out what the fallout is from the Group B situation, because of course it's a 3-man group. All 3 games finished 1-1. So we are not sure exactly what the plan is there. We'll have to, of course, consult the admins, consult the rulebook.
In the last 3 seasons, never happened something like that. We have been doing many tournaments, and when you are in a group of 3, I mean, you can have this issue, no? That they are equal in points, in goal scores, in goal difference. So I'm not discouraged enough of what decision will be taken from the admins. So we will sum up with some update as soon as we get it for the people at home. But it's impressive. Those coincidences happens, Harry, and I don't know what will be the decisive part on this scenario for this Group B, if Ding, Tenensui, or Anas on what will happen, because it's historically happening today. I mean, because it's a historical world final for sure. So let's be waiting. Somehow overall we're still having 2 extra groups to be defined today, the Group C and D, where we will have some big names.
Big games.
We can talk about Onik Dennis from Indonesia, Chom Kata for Thailand, who just came up to become national champion in Thailand a week ago.
Juninho.
Wait. Who is Juninho? Who is Juninho? It's one of the favorites we have seen so far, winning in China a few weeks ago. You know very well, everyone is taking an eye on him because the Brazilian, it's not just because of the flag, because he's so good. He competes so well, and he's obviously one of the men here on eFootball mobile platform.
Absolutely. I really can't wait to see how the entire weekend unfolds, because of course today it's the group stages, but tomorrow, thanks to of course the national holiday and the fact that it is the World Finals, we're going to have spectators here for the eFootball Championship World Finals 2025. It's not just going to be this big room. It's the whole experience. This really is a festival of eFootball. We've seen in the arena, Alex, of course, the experience that the spectators and the visitors are going to have here is going to be so fun. We're probably going to arrive early, I think, tomorrow, just to try and experience it ourselves, because there's some really fun things for the viewers to expect.
No, we really appreciate Konami to put the effort onto create such a big event for the 30th anniversary, for the saga, for the scene, so many years, and I think all the fans from eFootball all over the world will enjoy so far this weekend. Also with announcement coming up from Konami as well during the day of tomorrow. First, let's decide day 1, and tomorrow for sure let's enjoy with this arena full pack of all the people who made the registration to come out and enjoy a fantastic, lovely day enjoying eFootball and all the activities coming up to marry with your influencers from eFootball, and a lot of surprises that will come up tomorrow.
A lot of excitement still on the cards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And just want to put this into perspective for you, Alex, while we again figure out what is, Group B, the standings there.
Right.
Anas, for me, I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but in terms of the strongest competitor on mobile, for me, it's him in terms of experience. He's just waiting for that big tournament victory. He could be, depending on what the tiebreaker situation is, of course, if there is more eFootball to be played, we don't know. He could be on the brink of elimination here, one of the favorites out in the group stages.
Yeah, I mean, initially we said that the favorites were splitting into the 4 groups on eFootball mobile platform. In console it's crazy because we have many favorites, to be honest. But on mobile, you said very well, Hugh the first one, getting out in group stage, and Anas is over the limit now. Now let's see what decision is taken to decide this Group B. But yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know what will happen, to be honest. We always went into this close to this situation that if everyone draws their games, it's completely random, to be honest. Everyone draws their games in this Group B 1-1. So it is what it is, and surprise, surprise, and we'll see what decision is take. And but look, Harry, how many years I've been playing competition, and I don't remember a single situation to having every single game 1-1. It's like, because in case we had a 0-0 or a 2-2, that in this scenario that will be
Goal scored.
exactly, but no, 1-1 every single game.
Everyone is identical.
Wow.
How
Wow.
are you supposed to split that? I'm glad I'm not an admin or a referee at this moment
Right.
in time, because they have a headache ahead of them.
Definitely, yeah.
It's difficult. It's really difficult. Of course, we will feed that information to you as soon as we know what the plan is with Group B. But we can maybe start now, Alex, to look ahead towards Group C and D
Yeah,
on
I think so.
mobile. We mentioned some of the big names, but having seen what's happened in Group A, and of course the nerves and all the implications of
anything
Group
can happen.
B.
After seeing Group
At
A,
this
anything
point,
can happen.
Anything can happen. I tell you who is a dark horse for me after what we saw at the Inter-Club event finals.
Right.
Apria Mashvili.
Right.
What a story. Won every single game to qualify for this tournament at the club event finals in Milan. Out of absolutely nowhere. He could be on one of the Cinderella runs in all of esports. It could
totally.
be magic this weekend.
I mean, I always had a hard time with him because, you know, that barrier of language doesn't let me to know more about this guy, because we found out him in the Inter Milan finals, a few weeks ago as well. How much? 2 months ago. And this guy performed that well, becoming the champion of that event, coming back here, representing Georgia for the first time ever in the World Finals Championship. It's pretty amazing, the respect that everyone should have around him. But today is in a group that I could call a group of the death, because you have Onik Dennis, you have Gusan, and Pasha, the guy from Ukraine. Tough group. This is
Only 2 out of those 4 can get out, Alex. Only 2 out of those 4. That's
Yeah, I say on X a few days ago, it's like, take a look on that group, see on mobile, like anything can happen. Because also Pasha, with just 15 years old, coming up from Ukraine, big story behind him. Is a guy that is having a fantastic opportunity, having a fantastic experience next to esports. But, you know, life is not the same in every part of the world, sadly. And this guy will make soon 16 years old. That will somehow, knowing the situation that is happening in Ukraine, force him to get into the army. And so most likely it will be one of his last experiences in esports for an unknown time. But we wish him to see him in the future for sure, because he's a lovely guy. He's such a talented player as well, Harry. So, well, but let's focus on the results, on enjoy the experience already from being here in Japan. This is the best note so far, and yeah, let's see, because today he will have a tough task. No, initially he will start with Gu games on game 1, then Dennis, and will end his games today against Apria Mashvili.
some really tough games in the schedule for him. Of course, we will see Group C still to come. I'm really looking forward to seeing Group D, though, of course. Juninho, Youssef Amara, Chomkata and Killer M. I feel like there's some more upsets on the cards with that group, because you look at Chomkata, you look at Juninho, you look at Youssef Amara, Killer M. I mean, all of them have what it takes to get out of that group, and we've seen nerves creep in so far this weekend. It's not out of the question we could see yet another upset, and maybe another big favorite bow out here in the group stages.
I mean, I will say definitely that's Group B. Could have 2 underdogs and 2 potential world champions. No, whoever are watching this competition for the last previous years, events, who knows the name of Juninho and Chomkata, the Brazilian and the Thailand player, that most likely that second game on their group, when they are gonna face each other, for me, is a potential final, and that is basically the best game so far to watch in this group stage, definitely. But don't underestimate Harry. We have seen before. Don't underestimate the guy from Nepal, Killer, and obviously Youssef Amara, that we have seen before in the club event this year, and joining the World Finals through the regional qualifiers.
It's going to be a big big stage of eFootball to come. Speaking of the stage here at the World Finals, we have Sugiyama and Kate on the stage. The results are ready. Guys, why don't you go and recap them for us while we take a little break.
Thank you, gentlemen. Jubilation, heartbreak, all sorts of mayhem. Kate, confusion with Group B, but we'll talk about that. But before that, yeah, we've got to welcome this guy over here, our guy Daiki, who just, oh my gosh, that third goal. Let's have a couple of words on how
amazing.
he feels right now then. 大輝さん、ちょっとね、お話を伺いたいと思うんですけど、まずは本当おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Just going back into that game, he was up 2-0, it came 2-2, and then in the dying seconds, he qualified for tomorrow with that final goal. Let's have some words out of him then. 実際ね、2-0 でリードして、そこから 2-2 にされて抑えれる瞬間もありました。最終的にドラマチックなゴール3人で勝ちましたけど、今のお気持ち、そしてちょっと振り返ってみていかがでしょうか。
そうですね、もったいない試合展開ではあったんですけど、やっぱり最後の勝負強さというところは自分の強みの一つでもあるので、そこをしっかり生かして決めきることができたので本当に嬉しいです。
So Daiki regrets how he conceded those 2 goals, and they described it as mottainai, which is like I'm full of regret, to make it 2-2. But his shobu zyosa, which means, you know, his clinical kind of finishing, and is also his clinical mindset really helped him on for that final goal to make it 3-2. Now, I want to be asking Daiki about how he feels for tomorrow, but also for the love he has for his club, F Marinos too. 大輝さん、明日に向けてのね、思い、まずはね、おめでとうございますというところもあるんですけれども、明日に向けてのモチベーションであったりとか、ファンに向けてのメッセージだったりとか、あと、Fマリノスに向けての情熱、ちょうどね、今日始まる前にもね、アンデルセン・ロペス選手に関してもちょっとお言葉を交わさせていただきましたけども、そこもちょっとシェアしていただけますか。
まず明日に向けては、突破ができたので、ここでうまく気持ちを切り替えて明日に向けて頑張っていきたいのと、すごい勢いのあるゴールをリアルにもつながるような勢いのあるゴールだったと思うので、ぜひともトップチームでもこのまま勢いに持って勝ってほしいのと、本当にロペス選手は自分の好きな選手でもあったので、ちょっと今シーズンは残念な結果ではありましたけど、本当に今までありがとうっていう気持ちも込めて、パフォーマンスとかもどんどんやっていけたらなと思ってます。
最後ガッツポーズがありましたね、一番最初のイントロ、ね、
そうですね。使ってもらえなかったんですけど写真とかでもこれで撮ってもらったんですけど、はい。
Yeah, so he's like really happy about the fact that he's made his way for tomorrow. He's just hoping also that his energy and his winning goal gives some power to the actual F Marinos team who are struggling with the J League right now. But first of all, you just gotta take your hats off to this gentleman then. 大輝さん、最高なパフォーマンス見せてくださってありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Good luck tomorrow. 明日も頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。さあ、そして、of course, we've got also, 大輝さん, thank you very much. We've got to talk about Group B. Okay, so the situation is 1 goal each for our 3 competitors. So what we're going to do, we've got a decision from our admin and from our referees that there will be some extra time played, but that unfortunately will not be shared with us on air because we'll be going into Group C and Group D right now. So while Group C and Group D is being actually played out, our lovely gentlemen and Tendency, Ding and Anas will be playing it out behind doors effectively. Yeah. I think we should have some interview, yeah? Tendency-san and Monsieur Ding, can we have a couple of words from you then, please? Thank you. So, first of all, I would like some words from Monsieur Ding over here. This is total drama. We've never seen anything like it. Tell us how you feel right now then.
I feel very good because my opponent is play very well, and I feel stressful from his line of backwards and to the line of forwards. So yeah.
bro, we have Haruki-san as a translator, but apparently we don't need Haruki-san. But Haruki-san, thanks for joining. Listen, you know, extra time. We've never heard anything like it, right?
Yeah, I heard before. So yeah, I'm trying my best, enjoying the next game, and hope to get a good result.
Excellent, man. Mr. Ding and Jayo, man, good luck with you, bro. Cheers. そして、let's have some words from Tennessee san over to. Let's talk to him about this historical, dramatic group stage ending. Tennessee さん、状況としては、ちょっと僕もなんか eFootball で見たことない、聞いたことないような感じなんですけども、どうですか？こういうことってあったりするんですかね？
いや、自分もこういった何ですか、公式大会、まあ、日本だけじゃなくて世界の公式大会を初めてなので、まあ、今まで見ることもあったんですけど、やっぱ見たことないので、まあ、結構驚いてます。
Yeah, he's flabbergasted. It's a proper surprise, you know. Can't really, you know, totally be chilled and controlling his emotions, but it is what it is. We're going to be embracing extra time in a minute. Let's ask Tennessee-san how he thought of the last two games too then. Because he was a J League champion too, crowned a couple of months ago, a month ago, sorry, I believe. Tennessee-san は J リーグチャンピオンとして本当6月でしたよね。
そうですね、先月
ですよね、先月で、そこからこうやって世界大会で戦っています。この最初の2試合を振り返ってみて、このエクストラタイム、ね、延長戦に向けてのそのモチベーションを含めていかがでしょうか？
そうですね、割と、まあ、状態はいいとは思うので、まあ、全然勝ってもおかしくはなかった2試合だと思っているので、まあ、次は勝ち切りたいなと思ってます。
ちなみにアナス選手との対戦では、まあ、結構ゲームコントロールできたのに、なかなか切ることができなかった。そのあたりはどうですか？ご自身の方はゲームコントロールに対しても、まあ、結構ちょっとずつパフォーマンス上がり始めてる感じですかね？
まあ少し、緊張はしてるんですけど、やっぱり自分のペースで、試合運びというのを意識しながら、やっているので、それがつながって、結果につながってくるかなと思ってます。
Okay, so he's confident for the extra time fast approaching. The agitation, the anxiety, it's kind of like, you know, had him holding for the first two games, but he's confident, you know, he's going to show his groove and show his magic with extra time pending. So good luck to Ding, and also good luck to Tennessee then. 頑張ってください。じゃあよ、man. Thank you. ありがとうございました。And thank you very much for our translator, Haruki-san, too. ありがとうございます。So, are you ready to get this grooving to our next stage then?
You know it.
Yeah, everybody's ready. それでは続いて参りましょうか。Fantastic stuff then. Okay, リザルト. Okay, let's just recap on the results too then. All right. Should be displayed. I'm starting off with Group A, I believe. Okay, so here are the standings then. Gege, the formidable Gege, and the charismatic Daiki make their way towards tomorrow. Beautiful stuff. And hands up and hats off for Lima and also Huda too for a cracking participation. Regards to our friends from Indonesia and from Morocco too. Now, Group B. I've never seen anything like it before. 5-3-5, 5-3-5, 5-3-5 from Ding, Anas, and Tennessee too. It's like 1-2-3, but that's just a configuration. That's just like some admin stuff. It's actually 1-2-2. Not 1-2-2, sorry, 1-1-1. And therefore, extra time will be played behind closing doors. And so good luck to Anas, Tennessee, and also Ding too. Right. よろしいでしょうか? Fantastic, fabulous stuff. Then let's move on to mobile match 4. It's starting off from Group C. Kicking off from Indonesia, the destructive, incredible Dennis!
Woo!
Next up from Georgia, our guy Apriamshvili. And from Ukraine, it's Pashak! And from Japan, representing Nippon, Gu is in the house. Good luck, gentlemen. Show us your magic. Show us your flair.
All right, and up next we've got Mobile Group D.
Of course, we'll let you know what happens with Group B when things evolve then. All right, so you ready then?
Yes, all right. Let the match begin. Players, have fun and good
Okay.
luck.
Yes, good luck, bon chance, Jayo to everyone then. Alex and Ari, over to you guys then.
Yes, thank you very much, Sugiyama and Kate on the stage for not only clearing up what's happening in Group B, but also introducing our superstars of Groups C and D. We are now focusing on them. We will keep an ear to the ground as to the final standings on Group B. Of course, played behind closed doors. I've never heard anything like that before. It's a sudden death situation there. But for now, we focus on mobile Groups C and D. Alex, we said it before the break. There's some big, big names. We saw them up there. And I'm not sure if you were able to hear it at home, but here in the arena, there's lots of support for the likes of Dennis, for the likes of Juninho, for the likes of Gu. Really big nations supporting each other here. Those are the big names we're looking for out of these groups, and some big games to come as well.
Definitely, no, big games coming up, and especially with that first one, Dennis, the Indonesian, facing up Niko Apriamashvili from Georgia, the Inter Milan representative. Also, the debut at the World Finals of Pashak, facing Gu Games, the reigning runner-up at the World Finals 2024 last year. Gu Games from Japan, the winner of a Manchester United Club event finals. And then we see this group with Juninho, the Brazilian, one of the main names worldwide in eFootball Mobile. Chom Kata from Thailand. Also, Joseph Amara getting the debut, as well as Killer M12. First time ever coming to the World Finals from Japan in the history of eFootball eSports. So great achievement having Killer, a wonderful person. We were chatting yesterday a little bit. he seems like a good guy, but he will be that good playing eFootball, and we will see in a few moments.
Well, we've seen already from the results from both Groups A and B that there are lots of upsets to be had here if we can perform. At least that's what the players should be telling themselves. Here are the matchups we're seeing here in Group C. Dennis versus Apriamashvili. And of course, Pasha versus Gu in the other game in that group. Over towards Group D. Chomkata against Killer M12 and Juninho against Yusuf Amara. Our focus primarily, Alex, I believe, will be on Chomkata, who has chosen Inter, up against Killer M12 choosing Arsenal. That'll be a big game in the context of this group because there are some really difficult games to be had. If Killer M can start and hit the ground running, he puts himself in a position to maybe steal one of those top 2 spots at the end of group play today.
No, definitely. But, starting against such an experienced player as Chomkata that, let's say, coming up mostly with such a huge confidence so far for this competition after the last victory last week in the E-League Thailand Championship. Look at the prediction. How far? 50-50. Yeah, look at that. How many fans coming out from Nepal rooting for Killer?
A fair reflection for you, Alex? Do you think that this really could be a coin flip situation?
I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I will talk with the herd. I've been teammate of Chomkata back in the days playing in Indonesia a few years ago. And this guy is so good, and I think he's growing a lot as a player, as a person with the pass of the time. And I think he's with the timing to do something great these World Finals. But with all the respect, Killer has made everything to the World Finals through the regional online qualifiers, and has something to say, definitely. Also using different teams. To be honest, it's quite an interesting match. We haven't seen a matchup with no Barca chosen. Now, Inter Milan for Chomkata, Arsenal for Killer M12. It's kind of new.
Gives us something different, yeah.
Right, exactly. Sounds fresh for us. It will be really, really interesting, so for sure.
Will be interesting because, of course, we have 2 men taking the stage here. Of course, you see Chomkata on the left and Killer M on the right. Nepal, of course, one of 16 nations represented here. It's incredible to see how many nations are represented, but he is the lone representative from Nepal. That gives him that extra, I don't know how to say it, Alex, kind of unknown quantity, goes under the radar a bit. We saw it at the club event finals in Inter, you remember, in Milan.
Right.
Apriamashvili coming out of absolutely nowhere from Georgia. We had no information. Who is this guy? Where is he coming from? Blows everyone out of the water.
Yep.
Keep an eye on him. But I think for the same reason, Killer M, let's keep our eyes on him. Of course, big chance to cause big waves in this group.
Definitely. No, we have to be honest. Historically, it's quite recent, the story of eFootball Mobile eSports, so it's quite more accessible rather than on console. That's why we're still having surprises such as Nico Apriamashvili, potentially Killer. We got Pasha over in Europe. And then in Southeast Asia, we are having thousands of new players coming up.
Seems like a new one comes next week.
Each new one is better than the previous one. It's really impressive. So that's why at the World Finals is the perfect stage to, why not, start your career in esports, And really looking forward to the upcoming matches. We clearly see the idea of Chomkata with that Inter Milan coming up with that maybe more addition of wingers, looking more for the crosses, looking for Lautaro Martinez and Marcos Thuram mainly. And the Arsenal is quite a fluid team. When we go up, we got the signal, if I'm not wrong, of... yeah, it is. It's FC Barcelona. Sorry for that. I was wrong with the team chosen by Chomkata. It's FC Barcelona, Chomkata, and Killer M with Arsenal. Misclick from my side, not only for the players, Harry.
Well, from my research as well, Alex, it will be Killer M here, starting out on the, Arsenal side of things, trying to push the pace a wee bit. We will see exactly how this one transpires. We'll be keeping an eye on all of the matches across groups C and D. But Chomkata is one we will be keeping a keen eye on indeed. Has some defending to do first, though.
Look at that. So interesting to see Christensen as a DMF for FC Barcelona. Chomkata having some new research into players not expecting to be in that position when now Chonkata with Pedri, the double shot! With that finesse, first chance for Chonkata, putting some pressure over Killer. And I have to say, I prefer to see Chonkata with Barcelona rather than with Inter, because look at that skill. Lewandowski regaining the ball, Lewandowski! Chonkata with the finesse, putting the lead.
Killer M just left absolutely shell-shocked after that one. That was really, really difficult to deal with, of course. Chonkata, the benefactor, kept it alive, found the finish.
Yeah.
And he's a reason, having won a club event finals this year, that we are keeping an eye on him and his movements moving forward. 1-0 to him.
Now nerves are coming up. We just remind this is the first game so far for these competitors and the first appearance at the World Finals on the stage with another header of the response of Killer with that header. I think it's Kai Havertz. So we ask the players to keep the replay of the chances for the spectators at home when it's now Chonkata. And now Killer on possession. Bukayo Saka looking for Odegaard, finding Kai Havertz, passing back for Odegaard again. Kai Havertz, Odegaard, look at the combination, Harry, the cross. And deflected by Gerard Martin, and will be corner kick from the man from Nepal, from Killer M12.
I've been impressed with what I've seen in response by Killer M. Here is that corner following the chance. Declan Rice heads off target. But there is a front foot mentality, you feel, from Killer M. He does not want to let this one go so early on just because his opponent is the favourite, potentially, for this group. 35 minutes gone. Odegaard here, across the halfway line. Havertz gets the ball back, but a couple of tackles here from Chonkata that are just going his way, and that might allow him to break now. Frankie de Jong is not in the right place to receive that one. And now Killer M starting to find his footing here in the final third. Havertz can't squeeze it round to Trossard. And after a good passage of open play here, we're just 5 minutes from half-time in match one, heat one of this group.
Just to update, Pashak going to the half-time leading 1-0 over Good Games.
Wow,
the young guy from Ukraine leading over the reigning runner-up at the World Finals.
Right comes Chonkata. Oh! Wants to try and double his advantage before half-time.
And the rest of the game still 0-0. The corner kick for Chonkata, one of the last action inside this first half, playing short, but Declan Rice regaining the ball for that counter of Killer MN12, and that will be the whistle from the referee. Chonkata, the man from Thailand, leading so far at the moment.
That is 1-0 at the end of the first half between those two. It was, despite conceding, Killer M that is not letting this one go. There's goals going in around all of our grounds, Alex, but I believe the second half now is underway between those two. I look forward to keeping an eye on how these groups shape up. But here is Killer M on the offensive, following
look at the bow.
Resumption of the second half as Havertz, it's squeezed in! Killer M back on level terms. You felt it was always coming watching this game. The Arsenal build-up has been, well, good enough to fashion those types of chances, and some fortune going his way.
He drastically found a way. Look at the double pressure from Chonkata, leaving behind that long room for Kai Havertz to receive the ball. Wasn't the best finishing, but good enough to go over and get the equalizer. Great response, Killer M12 back on track, 1-1.
Kick off towards Chonkata.
Offside.
Offside, sadly.
Yeah. Coming from behind, Robert Lewandowski, the player of the week card recently added on eFootball, coming up with a special double touch. That in such a play of Lewandowski, it made it super necessary. Nice
Well,
recovery by Kyler. Look at this
ball
one.
here. Havertz has a bit of time and space, but Pedri is always pressuring from behind. Now, where is the break from Chonkata? Can Lewandowski survive the press? As we just cross the hour mark in game. It is 1-1 between these two. And it's shaping up almost exactly as we predicted, Alex. There's upsets in this group, potentially afoot, but now Chonkata turns his man really well, actually. And now Lewandowski can get a strike away. The block is there. Trossard.
Last update, we got the second goal of Dennis over Niko Pramashvili. Indonesia leading 2-0 in this group 3. When we come out here and see the replay. And then substitution coming up. And still everything to be decided, Harry. And pretty, well, interesting to see how everything looks like in this last part of game 1, no? In this group C and D.
Just waiting for the players to resume after making their tactical changes. As you said earlier on, Alex, we often see this a lot more prevalently in the console platform. You get a bit more time to be a bit more strategic, but sometimes the mobile games, the ball does not go out of play for long spells as the corner swung in towards the near post. It is sadly off target by Killer M.
Are so difficult to defend. You need to predict where he's going to throw it, and sometimes so difficult, to be honest. Is Killer M12 giving a great performance so far against one of the favorites, Chonkata. Now is putting some pressure, but not finding Dani Olmo. Nice way to regain the ball quickly, connecting with Lewandowski. Ferran Torres, the double touch. Still on the chance for Chonkata. Magallanes.
Anywhere will do. Get that ball as far up the pitch, get the back line out of his own box, but, well, that's just presented so much time and space. As Chonkata comes right back at Killer M now. Killer M's Arsenal up that far side with Trossard. That's a nice turn.
Nice ball, Odegaard. No way against such a strong defender as Ronald Araujo it is. Marc Asado with the long ball over Gavi. Gavi trying to connect. Yes, no. It was Declan Rice deflecting that ball. Still on possession. One of the last actions so far of the game 1 in this Group D. Chonkata with a chance. Ferran Torres, Lewandowski. Once and again, Magallanes.
Good defending. Killer M really has frustrated the two-time national Thailand champion, Chonkata. And I tell you what, with time still on the clock and ball in his possession, there's a chance for Killer M to fashion a really good
nice
chance
ball.
here as
It's
Trossard is into the box and Havertz! Wow! It is upset city. Population, Killer M12. There was time left on the clock.
Yeah.
And that's all he needed. That chance fires him into a lead against one of the favourites.
Impressive, simply impressive. Great play, great action by Killer M. And there wasn't Chonkata able to catch the cursor on time. I think it was Gerard Martin to block exactly the last pass, no? Because the ball went under the legs because Chonkata wasn't able to take on time the players to push the interception button, the matchup. And it is what it is. What a way to turn out with the score. The man from Nepal, the man making his debut at the World Final against such an experienced player as Chonkata it is. 5 minutes left. Nepal, Killer leading 2-1 over the man from Thailand, Chonkata.
Well. We still have 3 games in progress elsewhere across our groups. We do have a full-time result, but we'll come to that after the final moments here of this match in Group D. The opening kick-off in this group going the way. Is it the result to go towards Killer M12? We are just moments away from what would be a famous victory for him to open the group stages against Chonkata.
Impressive, And it seems to be over for this game. Oh, one more maybe. I don't know. You need to quickly send the ball over to the Lewandowski. He's on time. No!
That is the full-time whistle. And Nepal are on the board with 3 huge points. That is quite the victory. Chomkata defeated in the opening fixture. Killer M12 2, Chomkata 1. What can you say?
I mean, shock after shock in these World Finals in the mobile platform. We saw in the first part of group, and we basically say in the first one in this group D, no? Killer MN12 completely turned over the score against Chomkata. I think there is something more difficult than this one. It's simply impossible. Well, let's see how finishes the rest of the game after the update. We saw that Dennis is leading 4-0 over Nico Priamashvili. We are waiting results for the updates of the games. And pretty amazing. I mean, Chomkata, who has to react, who has to come up with some energy for the next couple of matches. Now we connect to the last 10 minutes of this game one. Dennis, completely outstanding demolition the net of Nico Priamashvili, 4-0. Impressive, no? What a way to start the Group C for Dennis.
Yeah, arguably the biggest name in Group C. There's a reason that he is so often looked at as one of the strongest mobile players in the world, and he's proving it here on the world stage. The Indonesian Onik Dennis putting the previously, at live events anyway, undefeated Priamashvili to the sword here in match number 1 of Group C. We're into stoppage time now, but it's 4-0 to Dennis. That will do wonders to his goal difference. He's heading it down, looking for more as well.
Dennis, which is completely making a comeback to Nico Priamashvili, who beat his closer friend Philip Frank in the Inter Milan Club Event Finals. GG, 3 points, really important to start the competition for Onik Dennis, the Indonesian, which is basically the biggest advantage we have seen so far. Today's match is 4-0. I mean, seems easy, but at this level, Harry, and such a great opponent as Nico is impressive as well.
It is indeed. It is indeed some real interesting results for us to digest from those set of matches. Of course, we just saw the tail end of Dennis versus Priamashvili. The latter, of course, the Inter Milan Club Event finalist, qualified through that route. Looked really strong there, but here at the World Finals is struggling to get going. Has 2 more matches, of course, still to come to try and set that one right. Elsewhere in Group C, I believe we saw Pasha taking down Gu, 2-1, the final score.
Wow.
So Pasha, the 15-year-old Ukrainian, also on the board. So that's obviously another upset to add to Killer M taking down Chomkata just then. And then between Juninho and Yusuf Amara, I could not tell you, Alex.
I mean, what's going on with the mobile? I mean, definitely the mobile platform is completely unpredictable, though we have said many times. But each time, you know, players are getting more experience, more background, more titles on their achievements. But even with that, still impossible to find out someone dominating the scene. And it's lovely to see Pasha, just 15 years old, beating such a big player as a Gu Games, and also Killer from Nepal beating Chomkata. It is the underdogs of becoming the favorites on their groups. So far, so good. This is the World Final, especially the magnitude to compete in a worldwide competition with 15 or 16 different game styles. Yeah. It makes you understand that your game style can work once, but at this level, you need to have a room of different plans to really predict how to beat your opponent in different ways. And that's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all, especially when you consider the types of qualification process. Of course, just for the club event finals alone, we had rounds 1 through 4, and each of those rounds split up between 4 different regions. So we have, as you said, the best of the best from those different play styles then coming together and clashing at the club event finals alone. The same can be said, of course, throughout the Open, You then have, of course, the EJ League, which is obviously a bit more specific to Japan, but
Right.
Japan is often seen as the very best of the very best, as we saw last
definitely.
year. So, yeah, very, very tight, and it's an important point I think you raise, Alex. It's all well and good having a plan A, but what do you do when plan A doesn't work?
Yeah, I mean, especially in mobile, when you play as the game is shorter and basically you are quite more having less reaction time to react. So mainly the player who decide or to input the best tactic, the best setting so far, it gets a huge % of victory on the chances in that game. So predicting which tactic your opponent is going to use, which individual settings he's going to put, and especially have a plan B, because we all can be so good when you're leading, but when you're losing, maybe it's no time to keep playing 5 center back, maybe it's no time to keep playing 4 center back, and maybe you need to reach your line, put in 3 center defenders, and gain all over for the victory. And it's difficult because nowadays, you know, we all knows a lot of information, but we don't really have this kind of experience every single time. And here, offline, at the world stage, is when someone, this player, really learn the reality of esports. So, yeah, it's everything nice. Background, history, experience. That's it, no?
It's a beautiful format. It's a beautiful format, and when you come to somewhere like this, you have to prove it on this type of environment.
Totally.
You think about, you know, rounds 1 through 4, the qualification process, it's all well
That's
and good.
so difficult as well.
Sitting at home, it's difficult in and of itself, but if you're sitting at home playing on mobile or console in your slippers, in your pajamas, you know, relaxed, maybe you have a fire going, something
well,
like that.
the mobile you can play everywhere, to be honest, even
True.
outside. But yeah, unless for the
Very true.
competition, it's better to be in a consistent connection, as close as you can to your internet, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And if not playing with the cable, is way better. But yeah, many options that opens the mobile.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to the next round of fixtures, but I believe they are made official this round. So let's go over to Sugi and Kate on the stage. Sugiyama, over to you.
Thank you, guys. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dennis, who gave us a magnificent performance. And let's see how he feels. Well, that was beautiful. Seriously, how are you feeling about this massive win?
I'll talk in my language. Ya, pertama-tama ya senang banget ya karena di match pertama bisa tampil maksimal, bisa dapat hasil yang positif juga, dan ya ini 3 poin yang penting banget buat aku.
First of all, I'm very glad that I'm able to give my best and give a very spectacular performance, because this is a very important competition for me.
Thank you. Kate, you've got any questions?
So you came in very strong with 4 goals. That's very impressive. Do you think you can keep up this tension going forward in further matches?
Semoga aja bisa ya. Aku sih pastinya yakin sama diri aku sendiri. Aku udah persiapan, udah latihan juga. Jadi aku udah percaya sama diri aku sendiri.
Well, I believe I can, because I have practiced a lot and I prepare a lot for this competition, and I really have the full confidence on myself. So I'm able to do even better next time.
Can we have another little message for your fans out there? I'm looking at the online reaction, and there's some fair number of comments from people, from your lovely people from your country. A lovely cheeky message would be fantastic then.
Untuk supporter di Indonesia, support terus aku. Semoga aku bisa bawa pulang pialanya ke Indonesia.
So to all my lovely fans from Indonesia, I really hope that I can bring the trophy back for you.
Lovely stuff from Dennis then. Good luck with further on then. Thank you, sir. Cheers. Dennis, thank you. Right, good luck later on, man.
Well,
Okay, so I would like to also have some words with Monsieur Chomkata and also our hero from Nepal. Killer M, if they could possibly make their way towards us, that would be lovely. Thank you, thank you. First of all, can I ask Chom Kata-san about how he felt about that opening game?
ครับก็วันนี้เป็นแมตช์แรกก็ผลงานไม่ค่อยดีตามที่หวังแต่ว่ายังโฟกัสต่อแมตช์ต่อไปครับ
Since it's the first day, so it's not go as I planned, but for the next round, I will do my best.
Thank you. Chom Kata-san, your opponent, Killer M, very, very impressive. How did you feel facing up to Killer M then?
ครับก็รู้สึกดีครับสำหรับทัวร์นาเมนต์นี้ใน first match ก็หวังว่านัดต่อไปจะทำผลงานได้ดีครับแล้วก็ให้เครดิตคู่แข่งครับ
I feel very good for the first round that I play with him, and I will do better for the next one for sure.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll be looking up towards your skills. Our commentators described you as being one of the favorites, so we'll be looking forward to seeing you do your thing then. Thank you, Chom Kata-san. Okay, and let's have some words from Killer M then. Congratulations, mate. That was smashing. You were 1-0 down. Tell me how you felt 1-0 down to bring it back to this significant, incredible victory then.
Okay. First of all, there was mixed emotions for me because this is my first tournament of eFootball. So I believed in myself and I tried to do my best. So that is what gave me a reason for comeback and everything.
Super stuff. Now tell me your history. When was the first time you came across it when you played eFootball?
During COVID, I started playing eFootball. So in Nepal, there is not many tournaments, so I just played like continuously, and then with my efforts and everything, with my everything.
It's amazing, man. What does it mean for you to represent Nepal?
It is a very proud moment for me to represent Nepal in this global stage of eFootball and eSports.
And Arsenal's a good team?
Yeah, Arsenal is a very good team. I like because they are very balanced from defense to attack and everything.
You have your trust in Kai Havertz?
Yeah, I like Kai Havertz.
Yes. We'll look forward to see you working your magic with the next opponents too then. So good luck then, and really well done. A superb performance to start off with. Thank you. So hats off to our gentleman over here, Chom Kata, but of course Killer M2 then. Thank you.
That's amazing. Well, Dennis's words there, confidence is key, it seems, to really get those points. Hopefully the other players will be able to do that going forward.
Yes, and I just really loved feeling the emotions from Killer M2. The pride, and also, you know, that sensation of representing one's country, but also coming to Japan too.
That's right.
Yeah, well, good luck with both of them then. Let's
Yes.
have a look at the results then.
All right.
Here we go. So we're into Group C and Group D. First of all, Group C Mobile. Yeah, so we haven't heard from Pashak yet, but Pashak, incredible. You know, Harry described it as being a significant shock, but against Gu, Pashak wins 2-1. So the current standings, Dennis, Pashak 1 and 2. Let's go to Group D. So that opening win for Killer M and Juninho and Youssef Amada drew, leaves the current standings as it is. So best of luck with our competitors with the battle coming on then. Okay, super stuff then. Are we ready to pass it over to our miraculous gents over there?
Sounds good.
Seriously, how do they do it, man?
They're amazing.
They're incredible. Okay then, take it away, sir.
Much, Sugi. Great to have you guys on the stage, making sure that everything is, you know, being represented properly. We want to hear from these players. We want to hear the stories. Of course, Kate's fantastic to have you, making sure Sugi is staying in line as well. Alex, we have had our first heat, our first round of games from Group C and D on mobile.
Right.
In the books now. Where do we sit? You know, who really needs what? What are you most surprised about going into this next round of fixtures? Because there are some big games coming up.
I mean, the most surprise that you cannot believe in the odds. No, at the end of the day, every single game we have new expectation, and no one's aligned with the ones before on paper. I mean, let's see. You know, it's still quite open. Juninho not being able to become Josef Amara is another impressive shot for the first time in this competition. So no one for the favorites has won on round one in this Group C and D. So, I mean, let's take a look. In the meantime, we are having these 4 games simultaneously happening in a row. Onik Dennis facing Pashak. Both winners of round one will face off not right now. And Anika Premiashvili versus Gu Games with a need to win after that loss on round one. In Group D, Juninho facing Chom Kata. What a game to watch.
Wow.
And also, Josef Amara, Killer M12, and both underdogs with a chance to put in a really nice position in this Group D, Harry.
Yeah, I think Group D is set up really nicely, as you've said, Alex, but I think Group C is quite fascinating.
Yeah,
when you look at the 2 games we have going on, of course, the 2 men at the bottom, Premiashvili and Gu, those 2 are, of course, club event champions from Manchester United into Milan, so those are big clubs. They're currently in need of a win. Now we see Dennis and Pasha, 2 players who have won both of their opening matches, and the people at home seem to think this is one-way traffic. This is going to be Dennis all day. Do you agree?
Could be or could not. I mean, when you came back from winning a victory, and such a big victory as Pasha had over Gu Games, your confidence has to be really high. But on the other hand, Dennis Bernard is such a nice competitor, streamer as well, because he's an amazing streamer so far on eFootball back then in Indonesia. But then, look, I mean, he seems in a really good shape, and we need to be calm. We have seen that it's just the first game, but potentially the winner of this game, 2 between Pashak and Dennis, will be almost qualified to the knockouts.
Well, the players are moments from kickoff, as we just saw them in the game. Here we go. Here is kickoff between our featured match number 5 of the stream, match 2 of Group C, Dennis against Pasha. And some game this will be as well. It will be Dennis in the home Barcelona strip and Pasha in the away. And it is Dennis who seems to be moving fairly freely in the opening 5, almost fashioning a goal to start things off here. Of course, Dennis sitting with a significant goal difference advantage, and well, Lewandowski's through! Oof. And it's off the frame of the goal as Pasha almost gets himself into the lead.
And let's see the corner kick, which seems to be so important. Rafinha for Pashak, looking for Ferran Torres. Ooh. It's not the best one with those header, but it seems to be in a really nice positioning. Once and again, another time, set pieces coming up for the young Ukrainian. And this time we switch it to Jules Koundé, a right footer, to make some angle, looking for Rafinha, the second chance. Olmo clearing that ball. Dennis having a hard time in these initial moments of the game.
Yeah, I think this one could be a really back and forth affair. We did see Dennis, of course, with the opening attack of the game, threatened Pasha's goal, but since then it has been mostly Pasha's game. Lewandowski, oh, he's still keeping things alive there for the young Ukrainian, of course, just 15 years old. And he's winning the ball back here again as well. Alex, this is a really nice move, as there's a chance for the opening goal, and it is Pasha. It's Pasha who opens our scoring.
Lovely, lovely to see some emotion, and Pasha finally is celebrating slightly a little bit that lead, finding that inside line with Gavi to put the lead. Ukrainian leading this game 2 of this Group C. In the other game so far, Harry, let's update, is Josef Amara leading 1-0 over Killer, and also 1-1 in that game between Juninho and Chom Kata.
So some big games happening around the grounds. We'll keep you informed of all the big score lines, all the goals. For now, it is Pasha who holds a 1-0 lead over Dennis, who of course scored 4 in his opening game. He's yet to get on the scoreboard here, but after winning 4-0, you'd expect him to be a very difficult test for Pasha. But so far, in the opening half an hour, the young Ukrainian seems to be the one in the driving seat here.
Nice ball, eh? Oof. That was close. Nice try by Pashak with that cheeky long ball over Ferran Torres, winning the header, but an offside. Good games, leading 2-0 over Nico Premashvili. Nice recovery from Good Games in case he confirms the victory, but still early. Now the chance for Pashak.
10 minutes until half time. Pasha 1, Dennis 0. And Dennis having a really hard time dealing with Pasha's Barcelona. Chance for Dennis as the first half dwindles away to get a really good chance on the go. Here is Lewandowski into the box. It's Ferran Torres!
Indonesia with the equalizer. And it's Dennis Bernard with no celebration itself, scoring in a crucial moment before the halftime, Harry. He has to get on track in his chances to be on top of this Group C.
Well, Pasha's defence held up for the better half of the first half and almost hung on the entire way. But Dennis would not be denied.
I love the fake shot from Dennis when he was controlling Lewandowski. Just to put some nerves and some confusion over Pashak. And now is Dennis with the momentum. Ferran Torres with another fake shot. Ferran Torres with a third one. No! Dennis Bernard.
Well, that is the very best of Dennis. That is the very best he has to offer.
He got the momentum.
1-0 down to 2-1 up in a matter of moments. Wow.
Now, definitely, we saw some room of nerves from John Pashak. And that was really dramatic when we will jump off the second match. When now the header to the post. We connecting Juninho, Choncata 2-1. Leading the Brazilian over Choncata. Now we'll put some counter-attack. It's a massive score for these two.
This is
right after.
Choncata on the ropes here, Alex. Surely.
It is. Choncata has to score right after the lose against Killer. Is losing one again against Juninho now.
Wow.
It's 10 minutes left, Harry? It's now or never for Choncata. Look at the pass. Paulo Victor! No way! When it looks to be the equalizer, it went out. Damn. Still time. 7 minutes remain.
Still time, as you say. But that could be a chance that Choncata will live to regret. As Juninho here pushing with Barcelona. Of course, he won the Barcelona club event finals. He is their club event representative. So he knows this team inside and out. He was the second player to qualify for the World Finals. And Choncata's being frustrated here. Oh, he's won the ball back, though. That could be a costly mistake by Juninho. Can Choncata salvage anything? It's now or never. Oh, he can't quite poke the ball through. And there is the full-time whistle. Juninho 2, Choncata 1.
Superb, and important 3 points for Juninho. When the game is resumed now, Dennis Bernard leading 2-1 over Pashak. Wow, what a match, Harry. What a match.
It's a big result because Choncata, one of our favourites, Alex. We always do our research and take a look at who we expect to come out and survive these groups.
Yep.
And Choncata now is having to look elsewhere to see if he can still survive. Well, over here, Dennis versus Pasha. After the hour mark, it is Dennis 2, Pasha 1.
And seems to be a tough one for Chonkara, which, yeah, after 2 defeats in a row. But now it's Pasha with the ball. The Ukrainian trying to combine between Ferran Torres and Lewandowski, which seems to be the main duo, no? So far in these World Finals. Alejandro Valde with that extra run to Dani Olmo. Could be Dennis to kill the score. It's Dennis! Great save. Wasn't the best decision so far among all of them he had at that time. But now the counter. But Ronald Araujo and hectic pace right now. Harry, 20 minutes left. 2-1 for the Indonesian guy, for Dennis Bernard.
That was a big chance to almost kill off the game there from Dennis, but Pasha, there's just some kind of an aura about him here. Rafinha on the ball for him as Torres takes the fast strike inside the box. 15 minutes left. Pedri here for Pasha. Oh, he's given the ball away. And now Dennis, oh, you can't invite him this type of chance. This is how he got his first in the game, and it's how he'll get his third as well.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Outside curler, Robert Lewandowski, player of the week, into the net. It's Dennis Bernard. 2 goals have in such a crucial moment, Harry, no? Where the Pasha was getting closer, more in some going back chances for both players. Dennis scoring again.
It's difficult, so difficult when you take the lead against Dennis. He is one of those players that you just have to cling on to that lead with both hands. Otherwise, he will find a way back. That's exactly what he's done here. 3-1 now. You would expect this to be a full-time result. Unless, is there time? Of course, on mobile, the clock does tick down so fast. You'd expect this one to be out of Pasha's reach, though.
No, I mean, definitely this game is not bad at all. I mean, you can lose this game after that victory on game 1, but you always want more. And now Dennis coming up with Rafinha, the fake shot inside the ball. Oh, another fake shot, leaving behind the defender. The third one. Oh, is Rafinha with some yoga bonito on hands of the Dennis Bernard.
Dennis in control, a 2-goal cushion. And his goal difference is looking very healthy in this group as well, scoring 4 in his first match.
Yeah,
that's for Pasha. He wants to try and power forward to keep this game a contest. But for now, Alex, I think this one is just out of his reach.
We see how important is nowadays the passing stats, no, for the players on eFootball. We see when they connect with Pau Victor, and now it will be the chance. Pedri inside the box. Pedri with the finesse, the double touch, another double touch. Oh! Freestyle, Dennis Bernard putting it. What a goal from Pedri! 4-1, and it seems to be enough for Dennis Bernard to clinch another 3 points so far in this group. Oh, lovely.
The very best of Dennis Bernard. He looks in final form in stoppage time, scoring his 4th. That is the 2nd match in a row he's scored 4, the final scoreline. It is indeed Dennis 4, Pasha 1. And that sees Dennis in a very comfortable position within this group. A strong result, and I think he's through to the knockout stages tomorrow, no matter what happens.
Yeah, because of goal difference, definitely I think so. Because that group C remains standing with Dennis 6 points. I think it's a good games with 3 after the victory over Nico Pramashvili, and Pasha with 3 as well.
Yep.
So mostly the 3rd round will decide if Pashak or Gu Games will join Dennis Bernard on quarterfinals from this Group C. I mean, great, impressive, good goals, drama. I mean, we just warm up, still early on the day, but every time, every hour is getting better and better, Harry.
It's seeming as if we see these players almost want to one-up each other, which is what we want to see at a World Finals. We know the level they can achieve, and all it takes is one player to step up, and then no one likes to be bested, so everyone's trying to up their game. We're seeing that so far. From Dennis, he looks dangerous. He for me, looks to be the pick of the bunch from mobile so far, based on his results in the group stages. If he can carry that over to tomorrow, Alex, well, that world title and that trophy surely has his name just waiting to be put on it.
No, definitely. We all know something in football mobile, you cannot control every single action what happened on the game, but which is true that Dennis Bernard on possession looks incredible, no? And the level of dominance that he has on the control of the ball, with those dribbling, with those fake shot that we haven't seen barely before in the previous matches. I mean, it's another level. No? Just to remind, they don't get the super cancel, which is so useful in console, but
of course,
with those fake shot, he can avoid that interception, that match and bottom from the opponent. So he's using it so well. And the last goal, Harry. Touche.
Amazing.
Yep.
Truly the best of Dennis that we've seen so far anyway. We say that players like to one-up themselves. Looking at elsewhere, of course, I believe we say goodbye to Apriamashvili, sadly, losing his opening 2 games. It's tough. Obviously, our Inter Milan champion, he looked very, very strong back in Milano, but sadly...
I don't know if he's 100%, but he will need to win by a lot of goals and expect Dennis to beat also a good game. So he has to. So I won't say it's 100%.
That's a good point. Don't listen to me.
But it's quite low, the chances for our premiers, really. Well, we have ready someone.
Yeah. Don't listen to me, all right? The people you need to listen to are on the stage. Suki, Yama, and Kate. Guys, over to you. Break down what just happened.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Alex. We got the man on fire. Monsieur Dennis on stage. Listen, mate, how'd you do it? You are rolling.
Ya, aku mungkin harinya aku lagi beruntung hari ini. 2 match pertama bisa menang secara meyakinkan. Yang target utama hari ini udah kecapai, yaitu lolos grup.
So I feel that I'm very lucky today. Like even during my first match and this match, I can win with like a clear clarity. So I have already accomplished my goal for today, which is to make into the next round.
Listen, you just said you were lucky, yeah? I don't think there's any luck with the footwork that you showed with Pedri, and there's 2 goals, the double Dutch in there too, mate. It's just superb stuff. I mean, listen, that was really quite incredible. Are you feeling pleased with yourself?
Ya, so far sih udah cukup puas lah sama 2 pertandingan pertama, tapi ya ini belum selesai, masih group stage kan. Ujian yang utamanya bagi aku tuh di knockout stage, dan ya target utama aku datang ke sini adalah untuk jadi juara dunia. Jadi ini belum selesai.
Well, I feel very happy about it, and with the very first 2 rounds, I already achieved my goal. However, this is not the end, because my main goal today is to be the world champion. So the next important stage, which is the local stage.
Knockout stage.
Knockout stage, yeah. And the knockout stage, I will also perform my best.
Well, best of luck with that, man. Seriously, you're on fire. You're a joy to watch. The devastating Mr. Dennis, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dennis, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you to you. I would also like to welcome onto the stage Juninho and Chomkata-san too for a quick interview if possible. Thank you, guys. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's have some words from Chomkata-san too to start off with. It's been quite a difficult start to the tournament. Tell us how you feel about it right now.
ครับก็เป็น2แมตช์ที่ยากแต่ว่าก็ภูมิใจในตัวเองที่ได้มาตรงนี้แล้วก็จะทำให้เต็มที่แมตช์สุดท้ายครับ
It is very difficult match, but I'm proud of myself that get to this tournament, and I will do my best.
But we will see because there's always something up Monsieur Chongkata's sleeve. You know, the magic is there to be shown. So best of luck with that then.
ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And over to you, man. Alex, take away the interview then, please.
Thank you. So let's first get in Portuguese for Juninho, the winner of the last match of Choncata. Juninho, prima di tutto, parabéns pela prestação. Uma partida muito difícil contra um rival como Choncata. Para você, qual é a diferença de jogar contra um jogador como ele em um mundial?
É um jogo muito difícil, né? Meu adversário já é muito experiente também, joga muito bem. Foi um jogo bem equilibrado ali, consegui levar a vitória, né? E agora é concentrar para o último jogo aí e tentar buscar a classificação.
It's true because Juninho is still focusing to the next match because even with the victory against Choncata, he knows he's not already qualified to the knockouts. The last question, simple one. Para você, qual é essa sensação de jogar o Mundial a Japão, com toda a família, a casa? Mensagem para eles?
É uma sensação muito especial, né? Poder representar o Brasil aí. Meu amigo Carlinhos, que infelizmente não conseguiu jogar hoje. E mandar um abraço aí para todos que estão acompanhando no Brasil, né? Que já é de madrugada lá. E só agradecer aí o apoio de todo mundo.
a lot of people here running for the Brazilian from Juninho. He feels so proud, a unique experience to be here in Japan for the World Finals and sending all the love for the people rooting for him from home, and I'm sure it's a lot of them. So yeah, that's the words. Harry, Kate, is still running this Group C and D.
Yes.
Did not decide yet.
Totally on fire. And it's good to hear some of the home support from Juninho's crew that we have here today. But I just hoping that everyone really enjoys the country and the culture of Japan too. Okay, so Chomkata-san and Juninho-san, thank you very much. And best of luck with your next battles then. Massive hats off to Alex too. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Right, let's have a look at the results again.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we got things rolling with Group C. And Dennis, explosive. Those are 4 goals per match, taking him to the top of the rankings for Group C. Gu's following up, but things are not yet decided between Gu and Pashak, representing Ukraine. Off we go to Group D. What's up with Group D? Yes, the man on form, Juninho, is up there. And Youssef Amara actually won against Killer M. It was a score of 1-0. Things obviously are not undecided, and we shall see how that ends up. So best of luck with all our amazing superstars from Group D then. Okay, we'll see how it goes then.
That's right. I'm really looking forward to the next matches, seeing if maybe Dennis can keep up that 4 score for the third one. We'll see.
I mean, the great thing about Dennis is that he's so chilled, you know.
He's just got that confidence. I need that myself. I love it.
He's got some aura, you know. He's got some riz, big time,
That's right, that's right.
He's got the riz. Okay, over to our gentlemen, Alex and Harry. Off you go, take it away.
Yes, thank you very much, Kate and Harry on the stage. Sugiyama, thank you. Good translating and interviewing from yourself, Alex. He's a man of many talents. You just love being all over the stage and in the limelight.
Obrigado. Muito obrigado a todos. Obrigado.
Fantastic to hear from Juninho. He sounds in very high spirits and good form. Of course, still our final round of fixtures to be played across Groups C and D. We can see here the standings.
This is interesting. Yep.
This is so interesting, Alex, because of the way the fixtures have kind of laid out in front of us. I don't think anyone is quite eliminated yet from Group C, as you rightly pointed out. However, when you look at the goal difference from Apriamashvili, it's tricky. It's very difficult indeed.
Now, definitely. He needs to score like 7-8 games in his last match versus Pashak, but that seems to be impossible. But, you know, nowadays, nothing is impossible in this kind of competition. In the Group D, Killer M12, Youssef Amara, and Juninho will fight for those 2 spots. in this Group D, and that match, Juninho, Josef Amara, I'm 100% sure is plenty of drama, because most likely having Killer facing Chonkata, that game definitely will be so intense.
So intense indeed.
Sorry, I was wrong. It's Chonkata facing Josef Amara,
right,
and Juninho, Killer, M12.
With Chonkata sadly mathematically eliminated, which match would you rather have? If you're one of those kind of 3 players vying for 2 spots, would you rather play someone that, you know, you have a chance to leapfrog, or would you rather play someone that you think, you know what,
I mean,
you have nothing to play for anymore? You know, which one would you rather have?
I don't know. It's completely random, the feeling of how Chonkata will face the last game, because Josef Amara is a victory away to go through the knockouts, and I don't know if Chonkata now, which is out of the competition, will bring us the best version of themselves. Now they have no pressure on himself, or basically is all completely out of the competition mindsets-wise. So, I mean, different to predict as every single game so far in eFootball Mobile.
Well, absolutely. We saw it just then, our fixtures for this round of matches. You also saw the predictions there between Chonkata and Yusuf Amara. Good to get a good look at Yusuf Amara as well, our Tunisian representative here, making it to the World Finals. This is our last round of games.
Right, eh?
On mobile.
I didn't realize, to be honest.
That's crazy. And we saw it as well briefly on the stream, but in case you missed it and you're just joining us, our final round of fixtures in Group C, of course, Dennis, Gu, taking on each other, and then Pasha and Apria Mashvili heading up against each other also. And then over in Group D, Chonkata taking on Yusuf Amara. That will be a very fun game indeed. And Juninho against Killer M. Big games. Big games to round off the group. And of course, we're still hearing radio silence essentially from what's going on in Group B. We still don't know what's happening over there, Alex, but what we do know is we have eFootball Mobile to watch here. Group D, our final round of matches. Chonkata against Yusuf Amara.
And here we go with the kickoff. Is Chonkata trying to, to have a solid end of the competition, when now the counter is Ferran Torres, is Josef Amara, Ferran inside the ball, the pass back, Petri, and a save. Great save by Marc-André ter Stegen. It seems predictable, that pass back, and almost in. With all the 4 games simultaneously running up forward, we see Juninho leading 1-0 over Kill M12. That will put him virtually qualified to the knockouts.
Oh, look at this though. Look at this from Chonkata.
Oh, to the post. So unlucky. That outside cooler by Robert Lewandowski. And Chonkata, which for the moment so far is not having the right timing and the right timing. Lucky at the end of the day is all about to be having your day, let's say.
Well, one thing Yusuf Amara will enjoy hearing, if he's not, of course, too locked in, is the fact that there is a goal, as you said, in that other match. Because he is jointly contesting this kind of Group D situation, isn't he, Yusuf Amara? Still in contention towards the top, and it's very important, despite Chonkata being mathematically eliminated, to keep him at bay and get your own business done here. As Dani Olmo for Chonkata can start to pour forward. Rafinha with some step overs, this time dispossessed.
When we see Pasha, the young Ukrainians, leading 2-1 over Niko Preamashvili, and that will put him with 6 points, forcing Gu Games to beat Dennis Bernard. Still a lot of action, a lot to be decided in this last round of Group C and D on mobile. And we see now Chonkata with the cross, Pedri looking for Lewandowski. Oh. And with the clear, Josef Amara breathing a little bit with that pressure that Chonkata is putting it over him right now.
Chonkata really starting to suffocate now. Nice double touch as well. That one, though, not on target, but very, very close. As we do see a half-time scoreline over in Group C. Pasha and Apria Mashvili.
We got the equalizer of Killer M12, Harry. 1-1 that game. Running aside where Juninho won, Killer M12 won. Still open that Groups D as well. Unbelievable. No one is dominating so far the groups.
10 minutes until half-time. Frankie de Jong now for Youssef Amara, starting to move forward as Torres ventures into the box. But is dispossessed on his way through. 5 minutes until the interval. That's a really nice pass from Chonkata here with Pedri and Rafinha.
Oh, what a block. Cubarsí. Quickly kicking forward. Gerard Martin looking for Lewandowski and maybe rushing too much. Youssef Amara completely, suffering, not struggling, having a hard time. Rafinha can't catch the ball. Chonkata getting closer, but not enough. When we go a 1v1, it's good games. It's Rasmus Haaland! Good games right before the halftime. What a way to open the score. Because he needed Harry, he needed a win to qualify. Wow, what a momentum.
This could be a very, very big goal for Gu.
Look at that, Rasmus Haaland with that cheeky dribbling, eh?
Very
that
cheeky.
round of Marc-André ter Stegen. Look at the timing right before the halftime. When we move on to the game, Chonkata versus Youssef Amara. We're starting the second half 0-0. No goal so far.
Well, that is a big goal. I'm glad we got to see it, Alex,
Christensen.
over in that other game. Of course, Gu, don't forget, last year was the representative of Inter, made it all the way to the final of the World Finals. Fell short there. He has a chance to make the knockout stages thanks to that goal we just saw against Dennis.
Pashak is winning 5-1 over Nico Pramashvili. Pasha will get 6 points. Good Games have 6 points, and Dennis have 6 points right now, virtually. So we'll see, eh? My goodness, how close it is to qualify to the knockouts. Oh, details. But now it's Chonkata. Ferran Torres! Finally, it's Chonkata finding a way to score and lead in this game 3.
Well, that is a goal that could simplify things over here in Group D. As Chonkata gets the goal that puts Youssef Amara now into kind of unknown territory. He doesn't know where he stands within the group. He is not sure what's happening elsewhere.
We move to the game from Good Games to Dennis. Sprinting of action. 30 minutes remaining in both of the games. Harry, anything can happen.
Anything can indeed in this game. Gu, thanks to that goal we saw just before half-time. 1 to the good against the current group leader, Dennis, who has been scoring goals for fun so far.
Seems really comfortable. Good Games playing with this Manchester United, not so often just by the players. Basically, he's the only one in this competition. We got the equalizer as well before to announce 2-2 between Killer M12 and Juninho.
Oh, that's over in Group D.
Wow, everything
is
so tight. Potentially a goal of Killer or Juninho will put them through the next round. So we'll see. In the meantime, we'll have a long through for Good Games that so often is so important, and most likely he will try to connect with Joshua Shirksey. We'll see shot pieces playing short. Maino. Dorogu Hector for recovering that ball for Dennis Bernard. That he needs a goal to secure a spot, his spots into the knockouts.
Well, just over 20 minutes left. Gu currently in control. That's a nice ball, but Diallo just can't get his balance back.
We got an update at the end of the match. Juninho 2, Killer M12 2.
Ooh.
So all the eyes as well on that Chonkata Youssef Amara. because most likely, if Josef Amara cannot do something else against Chomkata, that will be on benefit of Juninho and Killer M12.
It would be great to see the Nepalese player make it into the knockout stages. Killer M, what a day he's had today. But now, final 10 minutes left. Dennis 1-0 down against Gu.
8 minutes left.
Gu just seems well in control here at this point in time as
Oh,
well. We have seen another goal in that other game, but well, Gu's moving the ball forward here with Dallo as well, maybe trying to kill off some clock here in the final dregs of this game. He's actually crossed the ball in, maybe catching people off guard. He's still giving chase here as Dormer is there. And as we cross over into the 90th minute, Gu still has the ball.
We got the equalizer of Josef Amara over Chonkata, but let's keep it at the end of this match between Gu Games and Dennis.
Well, there we
that
go.
Will be the victory, Harry, of Gu Games. Finally made it at home soil.
What a game between those two, and what a group stages we have had from the Mobile World Finals here at the eFootball Championship 2025. I'm struggling to get my words, Alex, just purely processing exactly what's happening within the groups after those set of results. I mean, until we make it official, anyone could be through.
Yeah, there's basically no. Josef Amara has draw at the end against Chomkata. The victory of Gu Games against Dennis that will put with a tie on points. Dennis, Gu Games, and Pashak on 6. And the other hand, on Group D, the draw of Juninho against Killer M.
I think it's good for those two.
Let's see. Let's confirm the results later in. But it is crazy how drama is coming up in Group B, C, and D on eFootball mobile platform. You know, that's crazy. Les Gege, who has won all the 3 games, the rest of the groups will be... We're crazy so far.
I mean, I don't know how you follow this when you're console. Of course, we still have the console group stages to come later on this afternoon, Japan time, of course, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining us. But that was just a difficult set of matches for me to really process. I mean, Chomkata coming in was one of the favorites, then loses 2 in a row, and that's how quickly your World Finals can disappear, and your entire season can disappear from under your feet if you don't start the World Finals in a proper way. It can all be for nothing.
And especially him, as I was watching his competition last week, and I thought that mentally he was on the right timing on his career to perform and to do something else big. But at the end, he leaves the competition with only 1 point, and I'm sure he's quite disappointed because such a player as him, he only comes for the victory, for becoming world champion, and all the rest and become world champion is not enough. But, you know, that's the highest competition. You need to keep trying, you know, and raise up next year to have more chances to become world champion.
My question to you, Alex, is after all the games we've seen so far today on mobile, have you seen a standout player that has looked to you ready to be the new world champion? Of course, Rentao, the reigning champion, not here this year. There is going to be a new world champion. Have you seen one amongst the crop that we have witnessed over the last 2, 3, 4 hours?
You made me the worst question so far at this point. No, I'm the lucky one. We are the lucky ones that we are following the 4 games at the same time. And to be honest, I believe day 1 could completely easy being the opposite of what will happen on day 2. I have the feeling that no one has really dominated at all. We have seen Gege, but I need to see if Gege will be that sharp tomorrow as it is today. From my experience, competition that takes 2 days, it's really difficult to be sharp on both days.
It's a different day.
We have seen in previous years, someone dominating group stage weren't able to barely pass the first round on day 2. Some others struggling on group stage. In the case of Mayageka was really struggling last year, and then on day 2, he was simply amazing. A well-deserved world champ. So, I mean, nothing to predict. I mean, definitely I won't predict anymore on mobile. That's my point, because man, it's all against the odds in practically every game.
It really is, and it's an important note that we have the general public joining us here in Shibuya tomorrow as well. So if you feel nerves in any way, the public we expect to join us, there's going to be a fair amount of people here. It's going to be a different kind of atmosphere than behind closed doors where we're playing the group stages. That can only add to the nerves. So yeah, you had a good day one, but that doesn't guarantee you're going to have a good day two, as you rightly pointed out.
Exactly, and mostly for them, they will have already Daiki representing Japan at the day two tomorrow, and maybe we'll see if Good Games will make it or not. So yeah, also for the locals coming up for tomorrow, we'll have someone to root for, and I'm sure the atmosphere will be simply unbelievable, because esports, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be offline. Offline, the experience for players, for everyone, is such a big advantage compared to online. And I'm sure the experience for the players to play right behind with such a big atmosphere, with public, with that such a big stage we have for this year is simply a memory that I'm sure they will remember forever.
I certainly will be remembering it for some time, Alex. It has been a fantastic mobile group stages. I mean, we've seen so many players step up to the plate. And of course, we're still waiting to make things entirely official. We are waiting to hear the results of those sudden death extra time games from Group B. We saw the fantastic action from A and C and D. It's so tough to call at this point. You really just are not sure which way the entire tournament could go. It just depends on who will turn up tomorrow. As for today, though, I've got to ask, we saw plenty of games. Is there one that really stands out in your mind? Because we saw plenty of goals, lots of games. I think there's one in my mind. I just want to know if you are aligned as I am on this one.
I think so. You can say it to the camera.
No, but I asked you.
I don't know. Plenty of games. Also, even with that chaos of multi games happening at the same time, we were not maybe joining every single game at the end. But yeah, you're right. I think it's all about Gege playing, maybe, in my opinion. What do you think? I think overall Gege is in my spotlight today, but I think I'm not aligned with you on the best game so far today.
You don't think?
I don't know. Please, let me know.
It's tough because we've been jumping around. You've had your eyes across all the different games. It is quite difficult to really pick one. I think probably Gege's comeback against Daiki. I think that was a very big game. I think so. In a complete overview, I think it was the more complete game. No? In Group A, yeah, because those two, of course, the two that came out of the group. So we're expecting those two tomorrow to be very difficult to beat.
In terms of skills, I will say Dennis. Those double touch fake shot, I haven't seen that often in any other players, and the timings, especially the timings, were right. So I mean, he is doing so well, but at the end of the day, he lost the last game. He ended it with 6 points. We are waiting confirmation. If I'm not wrong, he should be in for the amount of goal he scored. But I know everything will be decided if Good Games or Pashak will join him in the knockouts. But let's be patient. Let's wait the confirmation. Let's wait the interview that will coming up in a few minutes. And then that's pretty awesome. No, I mean, for people coming playing at home on eFootball Mobile, the meta is always to make those double touch and quickly those stunning shots. But guys, at this level, they all know how to stop those actions. That's why you don't really see them often, no? Yep. But when people you see on social media, oh, the meta is always the same, people doing double touch and then stunning. But we all know the meta, and so we are prepared to stop this. So that's why sometimes an easy gameplay, an easy play, it becomes so useful at this stage, no? And especially what we mentioned before with the nerves. You are maybe sometimes overthinking, expecting that your opponent will do something wonderful, and then the most simple pass works on at this level. You have to experience it, to be honest. But yeah, sometimes it's real.
It's muscle memory. And I think when you're at your most nervous, at your most scared, maybe, these competitors do just revert back to the more natural instincts, of the playstyle. So you're right. I think sometimes we do see a lot of those predictable actions kind of not be the obvious route for them to take. I want to ask you, Alex, before we jump to the interview, tomorrow you and I, there's lots of activities to do here. We're going to have some games, right, on the, the mini games, yeah?
I'm warming up. I will show you my football skills of the game.
Winner buys dinner, right? No, loser buys dinner?
Think so.
Okay.
Winner
buys dinner?
No, well, let's see. Let's
winner
decide.
buys. We'll figure it out off camera. For now, though, we have Sugi and Kate on the stage. To make things official, guys, over to you.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Alex. A bit of banter going on over there. But on stage, we have the formidable Gus-san. Gus-san, congratulations. おめでとうございます。Tell us how you're vibing then. Gus-san、今のお気持ち聞かせてください。
そうですね、やっぱり最後の試合が本当にライバルだったのですごい緊張しましたけど、しっかり勝利して明日につなげることができてとても嬉しいです。
So last match in question was one of my big rivals, but just over the moon, happy and to be able to make my way to the formidable knockout stage tomorrow. Let's ask him, he just talked to us about beating his rival, but, actually coming face to face with a rival during the group stages, let's see if that means something big for tomorrow. グッさん、こうやってライバルというふうにね、表現されましたけども、このいわゆるグループステージの状態で、結構その強敵ライバルと対戦して、それは明日に向けてこの勝ったっていうことは相当なエネルギーになったりとかするんじゃないですか。いかがでしょうか。
そうですね、とても自信につながりますし、次の相手に対しても結構強い人を破ったっていうプレッシャーを与えることができるので、明日に向けて素晴らしいつなぎができたんじゃないかなと個人的に思ってます。
This win certainly has turned the groove up for my confidence levels, but it's also giving some extra vibes, some messages to show that I'm confident to my next opponent. So yeah, just really looking forward to tomorrow. We have a lot of our local Japanese fans out there watching this Haishin, this day today. Let's have some words from Gus-san to our Japanese fans too. 日本のファンの皆さん、応援している方々たくさんいらっしゃると思います。皆さんに向けて最後に一言いただけますでしょうか。
いや、本当に応援が力になりましたし、いろんなコメントを見て1試合目の悪い流れを断ち切ることができたので本当に感謝しています。ありがとうございます。
グッさんはコメント見たりとかするんですね。
めちゃくちゃ見ます。
めちゃくちゃ見ます。ありがとうございます。Okay, so he's bigging up his fans and his local Japanese supporters. He's looking each comment, every single one of them, and he definitely is feeling your love towards him, and he's convinced and confident for tomorrow too. Gus-san, おめでとうございます。ありがとうございました。Thank you very much, Gus-san, making his way to the knockout stage tomorrow. Number 38 on his back. I would like to welcome also onto the stage another formidable character making his way towards the knockout stage. Yusef Amara. Yusef-san, where are you? Yusef-san. And then also we have Lana-san from working as a translator too. First of all, a big congratulations and tell us how you feel about this beautiful situation making your way into the knockout stage.
أنا سعيد جدا بهذا الفوز وترشح للدور القادم. لقد كانوا مباريات صعبة لكن الحمد لله قدرت أترشح.
It was really a very tough competition, but I was really glad to be here and I gave it my best shot.
Now, thank you, Yusef. Tell me what it means representing your country, but also coming to Japan as an experience. How is that?
نعم إنه فخر كبير لي أن أمثل بلدي تونس هنا في اليابان.
I'm very, very proudful to be representing Tunisia. I'm so glad to be here.
Tell us, is there a big following and a lot of players out in Tunisia amongst your friends, but the country too? Do you guys love eFootball?
نعم بالطبع هنالك العديد من اللاعبين في تونس ولهم مستوى عالي جدا ولكن لا توجد بطولات رسمية يعني في تونس
Okay, I think he's a little bit nervous, but he's saying that there's not a lot of official competitions in Tunisia, but they really like football. It's one of the, I think, the favorite sports there.
I think we have a lot of comments coming from Tunisia, but there's a lot of comments out there that I wish I could understand in Arabic too. I wish you all the best. Maybe one last question. What can we expect from you from the knockout stage approaching tomorrow?
أتوقع كل شيء أستطيع وصول إلى النهائي ولما لا الفوز.
I'm really excited. I hope I will make it to the finals.
Well, the best of luck then. Our guy from Tunisia, Youssef Amara, thank you very much and good luck tomorrow. Lots of respect for Lana-san too then. Thank you very much, Lana-san. All right then, let's have our results. Whoa, it's been scintillating. It's been exquisite. It's been fascinating. Okay, so our results for the mobile section, Group C and D. Let's have it. Can we have our results? Can we have our results?
All right.
Okay, so here we have it. So the explosive Dennis found some difficulty against Gusan, but he goes through. And you know, my respect, my love, my heart out for Pashak from Ukraine.
Yes.
You know, he doesn't go through according to the goal differences. But listen, he left his heart out there, you know, big time. So massive respect to Pashak, but also to the people from Ukraine. Also, of course, to our love, lots of love to our people from Georgia, with Apria Mashvili, superstar from both of them. Okay, best of luck with the future. Over on to Group D. Group D, Juninho. Juninho goes through with Youssef Amara and Killer M, a valiant effort from Nepal. Comes in third place. And unbelievable how Tom Kata has actually ended in fourth place. But, you know, he's an absolute legend of the game, so we're sure that he'll be back. Some more flair and some more flamboyance. So thank you very much. So I think that is it for our mobile group. We'll be hopefully restarting roughly around 4:20. 4:20, and we'll be updating you with what's been going on with that formidable Group B too later on, hopefully.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to know. I haven't got to know what's been happening, so I really want to know about that too. But yes. Good luck to all our players making their way to the knockout stage.